Would you remember Sheila Walsh, her book, Angel Song, her beautiful CD? Be a blessing to you. You've been a blessing. Say thanks to Sheila again. Sheila, we love you. Big time. Thank you for being with us. Bless the women of faith and all the conferences. Thank you for blessing others. Thank you a lot for watching Life Today. Live it, share it, release the love.
James and Betty Robison share their personal journey and keys to an exciting and fulfilling marriage in their brand new book, Living in Love. James and Betty reveal insights into communication, how to face challenges and overcome failures to enjoy marriage as God intended. Living in Love is available wherever books are sold, or order today at livinginlovetoday.com.
Tomorrow, best-selling author Andy Andrews explores the butterfly effect.
But how do you prove that somebody matters?
Life Today is made possible by the supporters of Life Outreach International. Your gift will be used exclusively for the exempt purposes of life. The ministry features specific outreaches as examples of the programs it supports and conducts. Gifts are considered to be without restriction as to use unless explicitly stipulated by the donor. The ministry is a member of the ECFA.
The opinions expressed in the preceding program are those of the participant and do not necessarily reflect those of Global Television. High in the sky with an eye on Edmonton, it's Global One. Global One, Edmonton's only television traffic and news helicopter. Watch for exclusive live coverage of daily traffic conditions, and when news breaks in our city, we speed to the scene so you're sure to see it on Global Edmonton. When aerial coverage counts, count on Global One. Watch for Global One weeknights on the News Hour with Gord Steinke and Linda Steele on Global Edmonton.
The morning news on Global Edmonton. It's our city, our news.
The only national competition for Canadian innovators is the Manning Innovation Awards, with prize money up to $100,000. Doctors Ken Standing and Werner Enns won the Manning Principal Award for their innovations in spectrometry design, aiding proteomics and disease research worldwide.
The combination of a Canadian company and a Canadian university bringing this to market has been a great success story.
Does someone you know deserve a Manning Award? See manningawards.ca.
Today on the Morning News.
The aftermath of a deadly explosion. An Edmonton grandmother, father, and son from Drumheller are among 5 Canadians killed at a hotel in Playa del Carmen. Fatal car crash. RCMP are now investigating the cause of a horrific crash east of Calgary that killed 3 and injured 1. And a vicious attack. A 27-year-old man is in critical condition after a violent beating left him with serious head injuries.
Now from Global Edmonton, the morning news with Shay Gannam and Jennifer Crosby.
Well, good Monday morning to you. It's November 15th. You are watching the morning news on Global, and things look a little bit different this morning.
Look at this, hey? Wow. It is the brand new set, the HD, and everything is brand new today. Same cast and crew, but it's a brand new look, and Mike, so far so good. I love it. I'm excited about this.
Oh, I'm thrilled. I am ecstatic. Welcome to a brand new era. I've got this massive. Have you ever seen a plasma this big?
Look at that.
This is massive, massive. And today is going to be a fairly decent day, but you know what? This is going to be the last nice day we're going to see in a long, long, long time. In fact, as I look at the forecast, I think we're pretty much going to have a white Christmas. I can tell you that already. But for today, we're dealing with a mix of sun and cloud. Forecast high of 4, winds northwest at 20. I'll be back with your full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. In the news this morning, 5 Canadians are among 7 people killed in an explosion at a Mexican resort. It happened this weekend, and the dead include an Edmonton area grandmother.
52-year-old Darlene Ferguson was in Playa del Carmen for her son's wedding when the blast occurred. Meanwhile, 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson from Nanaimo, BC was also killed just days after he was married. 42-year-old Christopher Charmont from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John are also among the dead, while Charmont's wife and daughter survived the blast. The explosion happened at the Grand Princess Riviera Hotel, about 70 kilometers south of Cancun. 8 Canadians were injured in the blast. 2 remain in critical condition. Here in Alberta, the community of Drumheller is in mourning over the deaths of Charmont and his young son.
We're absolutely devastated, all of us. It's just, it's hard to even fathom that, bad things happen to good people. It's unbearable.
Friends and relatives looking for information on Canadian citizens believed to be at that resort can contact Foreign Affairs by calling 1-800-387-3124.
Closer to home, 3 people are dead and another is injured after a terrible crash east of Calgary. It happened around 7 Sunday morning at the intersection of Highway 22X and Highway 791. RCMP are still trying to figure out what happened. The driver of a semi was thrown from the vehicle and pinned under the weight of the cab. Now that driver was found dead on scene, as were 2 occupants of a pickup. Another passenger in the pickup was airlifted to hospital in serious condition.
A 27-year-old man remains in critical condition this morning after he was violently attacked at a home in Millwoods early on Sunday. Homicide investigators are assisting in the investigation. Yesterday, they were interviewing witnesses at the home and canvassing the neighborhood. Police first learned of the attack after the man was dropped off at the Grey Nuns Hospital with serious head injuries. He was later transferred to the U of A hospital where he remains this morning. Police say the attack was not random. No arrests have been made, and anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
A massive fire late Saturday night has caused around $2 million worth of damage to an industrial building. Fire crews were called to Can Alta Tractors at 207th Street and 107 Avenue just after 11 Saturday night. Around 70 firefighters battled the blaze for several hours, but in the end, much of the building was destroyed. Lack of a fire hydrant in the area, as well as the presence of hazardous materials, made fighting this fire difficult.
It's an exterior attack. We won't risk any firefighters in that building as the walls are unstable. The roof has come in, and we've got a number of, as I said earlier, some products in there that could be hazardous to firefighters.
Investigators are still determining how the fire started.
Results of a citywide homeless count are expected to be released later today. 250 volunteers hit city streets last month to help put an end to homelessness by counting how many people have no place to stay. The biannual count was conducted by Homeward Trust, a not-for-profit organization. The last count in October of 2008 showed there were approximately 3,000 homeless people on the streets of Edmonton.
You're watching the morning news on Global Edmonton.
5:35 now, and the legal tussle over Potash Corp of Saskatchewan is now over. BHP Billiton has announced it's withdrawing its bid worth nearly $40 billion. The decision coming less than 2 weeks after Ottawa rejected that takeover bid, saying it did not provide enough net benefits for Canada. Australian-based BHP still had 19 days to try to convince the federal government otherwise, but a statement from the company Sunday indicated it simply could not satisfy that requirement.
Pilots of a Qantas 747 bound for Buenos Aires from Sydney, Australia were forced to turn back earlier today after an electrical fault in a cockpit instrument. Qantas has grounded its 6 Airbus A380s as it investigates the partial disintegration of a Rolls-Royce engine. and it's relying on its 26 Boeing 747s for its busiest long-haul routes. It's the second safety incident for that airline since one of its Airbus A380 Super Jumbos made an emergency landing due to engine failure.
Let's get a look at our Monday morning weather picture now. And Mike, a little bit of frost on the roads this morning, so people might want to be careful for the drive-in.
I really noticed that too, Jen, with the rain that we had yesterday. The cooler temperatures overnight. There was a real glaze, and as you go around a corner, you really got to take it easy. Especially coming around the White Mud as you're heading towards Rainbow Valley. They're really, really slick, yeah. I'd be concerned about that this morning. Right now, the temperature is at 2 degrees. It could be worse if that temperature was cooler than that, but 2 degrees with a west wind at 13. We've got some cloud trying to make its way in, but not a heck of a lot. As the day progresses, we'll have a mix of sun and cloud today. The last nice day we are going to see in a while. Remember, the average for a high this time of the year is at -1. So today we're going to do 4. I don't think too many people are going to be complaining about that. What we're dealing with is a couple of areas of low pressure, one of which is to the north. It's got a cold front along that. So you're going to start to see some snow develop in places like High Level, Fort Chipewyan, Fort McMurray, those places. And then there is another area of low pressure and still another cold front just below us at this moment. And along that, you'll get some moisture coming in off the coast. That's going to bring some cloud through. It's starting to do it already. And look what's happening. We're starting to see the development of some snow. In fact, there are snowfall warnings and such already in the southern part of the province for today in the foothills like Kananaskis. And then you've got some winter storm watches for the bottom part of the province as the winds pick up there. So certainly if you intend to drive through those areas later on today, take note of that. The radar already is indicating some moisture through the region. Where you see the pinks, that would be a rain-snow mixture. The greens would be the rain and the blue would be the snow. And it's to the west of the city now, so it's certainly something we're going to have to keep our eyes on. But as far as Edmonton goes, the better chance would be later on in the evening and overnight. But here's the moisture already coming through the region. So for High Level today, you're looking at -7 with some light snow through there. For the Peace Country, -5. Much the same for Grand Prairie, Jasper. Again, snow developing there along the foothills. Red Deer, that rain-snow mix at 5. Calgary also getting some showers at 7. Similar conditions for the Lethbridge area. Medicine Hat, few clouds, 7. 2 for Lloydminster and -4 with some snow. That is for Fort McMurray. So for today in Edmonton, we'll have a mix of sun and cloud. The temperature expected to be about 4. I do expect some snow to develop later on and continue through the overnight period with that low of -6. And then we get into kind of a reverse temperature trend. Look at that, the low -6, the high tomorrow -7. How does that work? Well, that cool air is just going to take over, and that's going to be the story over the next few days. 40% chance of a leftover flurry tomorrow morning, but a mix of sun and cloud. And behind that, another disturbance arrives on Wednesday. 40% chance of flurries at -10. Now, the real snow day at this point looks like it could be on Thursday. Could see 5 to 7 centimeters on that day, again with the reverse temperature trend. And then on Friday, we should be able to make it up to, somewhere around that -12 degree mark under a mix of sun and cloud. So yes, it is getting chilly, and that's your forecast for now. I'll be back with all the current temperatures in the province coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Did you see the game yesterday?
I couldn't. I know. Bits
it was
and pieces.
A wild one.
And then highlights of the brawl. This was...
Yeah. Can't beat him in the rink, you beat him in the alley. That's what they say, and the Oilers took that approach. Not bad. Big loss, though. Boy, they got hammered at the Big Apple. And, of course, the big fight causing a little big stir.
Yes, and it's Sean Avery all over again, right? We will have more in our Global Sports Replay. That's coming up after the break.
Overcrowding, long wait times, ballooning healthcare costs. Where did it all go wrong? We go back to the beginning and put Alberta's healthcare system under the microscope. It's Condition Critical, coming up tonight at 6, only on the NewsHour.
This is me before Jenny. Can you believe it? And this is me now. 50 pounds lighter. Every other program that I tried failed. Jenny was the only one that worked for me. It's my consultant. She made the real difference. So, goodbye before photo, and hello, new photo op.
Lose all the weight you want for only $6 per week. Call 1-800-JENNY20.
Start living your life. Call Jenny today.
You know all about her. We know all about diamonds. Together, we can make this holiday one she'll remember. That's why only People's is the diamond store.
No one else in Canada has our brand new President's Choice Red Velvet Cheesecake.
Ooh, okay. What is that?
That is deep, dark red velvet cake, chocolate cookie crumb crust, cheesecake, and cream cheese icing.
This just made my holiday.
It's the latest addition to our exceptional line of ready-to-serve cheesecakes. Do you have President's Choice products where you shop? No. And you'll find it in our President's Choice Holiday Insiders Report. Can you hold this? Wait, don't eat it. No, it's okay. You can eat it. Just kidding. President's Choice. Isn't it time you switched supermarkets?
Closed captioning brought to you by the Home Depot's Really Big Appliance Event, with offers on major appliances you can't afford to miss. On from November 18th to December 1st.
Good morning.
41.
1 degree. We didn't get the snow. Remember Mike was saying we may see some snow over the weekend? So we were lucky to dodge that. I mean, it was close. Touch and go.
Yeah, pretty chilly this weekend. Frosty this morning, so do be careful on your drive in. And it looks like that snow is in the forecast for later this week.
It's coming.
Lots of it.
Well, the CFR has wrapped up for yet another year. Another huge event. Thousands of people attending. But all anyone has been talking about over the weekend was a frightening incident that happened on Friday night.
A bull jumped into the crowd at Rexall Place, injuring 4 people. Officials say they're reviewing whether or not extra safety measures are needed for next year. Linda Nguyen reports.
It's something Canadian rodeo finals fans never thought they would see.
It was pretty crazy though, pretty surreal. We didn't know what was going on, and then there was this bull in the crowd.
After bucking off its rider, the bull made its way around the arena before jumping over the and leaping into the crowd.
Oh my God!
Sending shocked spectators scattering.
Someone's hurt. Someone's hurt.
Some people were unable to get out of the way, including one woman who witnesses say was crushed by the bull. She was carried out on a stretcher. 3 others received just minor injuries before the bull was pulled out by rodeo staff.
So it unfolded extremely fast.
Shirley Wansick, along with her son and daughter, were right where the chaos unfolded. Wansick has since returned home to Manville, Alberta, where we reached her by phone. She tells Global News her 17-year-old son did everything he could to help.
He grabbed the rope. He had a bunch of rope burns on his arm. He had a big cut on his thumb. His legs are bruised, and I was frozen in time. I mean, I was still standing there when the bull was laying down in front of me where my kids used to be.
An usher escorted them to a first aid room, but Wansick believes staff were not prepared.
He tried to clean the wounds with hand sanitizer. They didn't have water there. They didn't have nothing. They bandaged his hand with a tensor bandage.
CFR officials say this is a rare occurrence and is the first time something like this has ever happened.
We've done this for 37 years. We're probably the best in the industry, and we have the right people in the arena. And we had a physician on site, paramedics, and we had probably 2 of the best pickup men in the industry. And they did exactly what they should have done last night.
Officials don't plan on making any changes and say what is in place is sufficient. But at least one mother disagrees.
Get some better fencing built up there to protect the fans. Maybe don't sell those seats row 1, 2, and 3.
Linda Nguyen, Global News.
Wow, scary stuff, and of course we'll keep you updated as to the progress of the most injured people in that story. That's
it is scary.
Certainly frightening. Yeah.
That's not a bad call, not selling the first 3 rows or something, right?
I love those seats.
I know.
That's the
A lot of people do. I mean, it's a catch-22. You want to be as close to the action as you can. I mean, come on, let's be realistic. That is a 1 in a million. You hate that it happened, and they'll make sure it doesn't happen again. But the odds of that ever happening again?
Can you imagine, though, if he didn't get that rope on that thing?
But he did.
I know he
that's
did.
His job.
I know he did.
And they're very good. Those, I
know.
They're at the CFR for a reason. Those
They are.
pickup men.
I'm not excusing it, but they handled it as best they could, and it won't happen again.
All right, well,
it's a long shot.
Thank goodness for that. Anyway, weather forecast is changing after today. Today shouldn't be too bad. We're at 2.5 already at Leduc with a northwest wind at 7. The humidity is at 100%. Here's what we have in store for you today. A mix of sun and cloud. Temperature expected to hit about 4 with a northwest wind at 25, 35. As far as current temperatures go, high level comes in at -3. It is snowing there already. We've got -4 at Fort Chipewyan. McMurray about the same temp. Ditto for Peace River. Closer to the freezing mark for Grand Prairie and Slave Lake and Cold Lake. Edson just above it at 1. 1 degree also for the Lloydminster area. As we move out west to Jasper, they opened for the weekend at Marmot Basin. They did some some skiing up there this weekend. They're at 3 degrees now. It's 1 at Banff and Red Deer and Drumheller. A pair of 3s at Calgary and Medicine Hat. And one of the warmer spots would be at Lethbridge, where the temperature there is now at 4 degrees. I'll be back with your next forecast covering 4-day numbers, and that comes up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Mike. Well, let's hope this is not a sign of the season to come. The Oilers suffering another devastating defeat and getting into a brawl in the process.
Meanwhile, the Lions and the Riders played a thriller, an unbelievable Western semifinal, one for the ages. Dean Millard recaps a busy Sunday in sports in our Global Sports Replay.
West semifinal, Riders up by 7. Final play of the fourth quarter. Travis Lulay for BC with the Hail Mary. Emmanuel Arsenault comes down with it, sending things to overtime. Double OT now after Paul McCallum put BC ahead of his former team. Jason Clearmont sinks the team he used to play for. The game-winning touchdown for the Regina boy as the Riders moving on to Calgary with the double OT victory. In the East semifinal, third quarter, Toronto with some momentum against Hamilton. Cleo Lemon rolls out, dumps it off to Spencer Watt for the game's first touchdown, 10-3. Ticats down by 3, 10 seconds to go now. Cats trying to get into field goal range to tie the game, but Kevin Glenn's pass goes off Arlen Drew's hands, right into Byron Parker. They used to be teammates. The Argos upset Hamilton and will face Montreal in the East final. To the CFR, we start in bareback. Michael Solberg on Margarita Margie, the Sunnybrook Cowboy, with a tasty 86 for top dollar. Dusty LaValle easily wrapped up the season title, though. Steer wrestling, Clayton Moore wasn't going to catch Curtis Cassidy for the overall title, but with this 3.9-second run, he wins the event and finishes third overall on the season. In team roping, Jackson Lewis and Rocky Ross were lightning quick on Sunday. First out of the chute, head and heel in 4.5. Their first win of the week, Chase Simpson and Rocky Dallin were the overall champs, even though they didn't score on Sunday. Saddlebronc, Dustin Flundra on Knife Money, cuts out some cash with an 85-point ride. Flundra was tops coming into the week and leaves with the overall title, as well as almost 24 grand. Tie-down roping, Chad Johnson won on Saturday with an 8.8-second time. Sunday, he shaved some of that off. 8 seconds flat. Not enough to catch Tough Cooper, however, who wins the week and the season title. The ladies were lightning quick. All 5 scoring times in barrel racing, sub 15 seconds. Lisa Lockhart was second last to go and looped the track in 14.58. Rana Koopmans took the season title. It was a tough week for Denton Edge as he didn't stick on one bull until Sunday. On good vibrations, an 87.25 ride. No one was catching Jesse Torkelson, who took the season title. Also, Stephen Turner was the all-around champion once again, and Curtis Cassidy was the high point champion. The Oilers in New York, and they were smoked. Too many giveaways led to the Rangers building up a 5-2 lead after 2. In the third, Sean Avery takes out Colin Fraser. Ladislav Schmid doesn't like it, but Avery doesn't accept the challenge, then sucker punches Schmid. That sets off a mini line brawl. Theo Peckham wants a piece of Avery. Zach Stortini goes with Brandon Prust. Really, the only bright spot was the Oilers sticking up for each other. 8-2 the final. Dean Millard, Global Sports.
Whew.
You got to wonder how long Sean Avery will survive in that league. It's one thing after another with that guy.
But it has been for a few years now, right?
Oh, several years,
you know, so he's
his
still
time's
around.
coming. That's what they keep saying. His time's coming. That's what Whitney was saying after the game. It's been coming a long time, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Oilers got a lot to work on, though.
Well, that's, what is it, 3 in a row for a big loss like that?
Big losses. Yeah. Big ones. Well, Jersey, the one before, they lost 2 huge ones. I think it was 7-2 and 7-1 or something, and then they did okay against Jersey, and then the 8-2 pounding.
And here's 8-2.
So,
yeah, yikes.
It's nasty. Well, we'll keep up to speed on that. Of course, Chicago Wednesday night. Many schools have continued on with the tradition of show and tell, Dave, but one school in India, a recent show and tell is anything but traditional.
Yes, this is enough to make you squirm. We'll show you what we're talking about after the break. Stay with us.
I just shot my only lead.
Accelerate your breath.
Keep holding tightly and don't let go.
Wherever you go, whatever you eat goes with you.
Chewing Excel freshens your breath, so you can get closer. Accelerate your breath.
Introducing new BioBest probiotic yogurt with plant sterols. Naturally found in fruits and vegetables, plant sterols help lower your cholesterol. 100 grams of BioBest probiotic yogurt with plant sterols provides you with 50% of the daily amount of plant sterols shown to help lower cholesterol in adults. High cholesterol is a risk factor for heart disease. A perfect partner in helping you achieve a healthy lifestyle. BioBest probiotic yogurt with plant sterols. Off to work they go.
Toyota has won more 2010 Canadian Black Book Retained Value Awards than any other manufacturer. And now, during Toyota's More For You 2010 clear-out, you can get up to $6,000 in cash rebates. It's our largest clear-out ever. On now.
Well, we like it when our mommy bakes with us because it gives us memories. Doesn't it, Andrew? Memories like licking bowls or breaking eggs or taking out on oatmeal muffins. Yes, because Mommy says that when we get old, that's all we'll have is our memories. And muffins.
Many schools, of course. I mean, as if you have a kid, you know, show and tell day happens all the time.
It was always the best day of school, right?
Show and share, they call it now.
Now here is one that might make you squirm a little bit. Children in a town in northern India brought their snakes to school. Now, fortunately, their parents are snake charmers, so these kids are used to playing with the snakes, and they seem pretty well behaved.
Whoa.
So did that little guy just hit that little girl in the face?
That's a cobra over there in that bucket. What's this kid got wrapped around him? Do we know?
It's just, I don't know what kind of snake it is. I'll be honest, I don't know my snakes. But I don't think I'd want to be sitting in that classroom.
Yeah, one of the teachers at my school wanted to put a king cobra in the classroom.
What?
No, I'm joking. I mean, can you believe they're sitting there and there's a cobra sticking his head out of a jar as these kids are learning to scroll?
Yeah, they seemed pretty calm, the snakes and the kids.
When in Rome, that's what they do there,
exactly.
Right?
It's all
What's wrong with show and tell? What did they change to the show and share for?
What's
up with that?
Somebody got offended somewhere.
Come on.
Show and tell. You can't tell people things, Mike.
I guess
you have
so.
To
show and share. It is 0.7 at St. Albert. West Edmond, a little warmer at 3.7 and 2.8 down at Leduc for Edmonton and area today. Forecast high of 4. There will be snow in the region, certainly in the foothills, developing already into the Edmonton area this evening at -6. And then tomorrow, no improvement. In fact, a slide. 40% chance of a leftover flurry in the morning with a, I'd like to say high, but it's not really a high. Temperature dropping to -7 and even further than that throughout the day with a northeast wind at 15 to 25. The next few days look rather chilly. I guess that says it all. -10 on Wednesday with a 40% chance of flurries. I didn't even put a pop in on Thursday, just plain old snow at -12. And by Friday, Nia really doesn't change at all at -12 as well. Well, lows anywhere from -9 to 16 over that 4-day forecast period.
Oh, yes.
Right, they should be blaming it on the snow in a couple of days, but remember these guys, Milli Vanilli?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the producer came out on this day in what year saying, you know what, Fab and Rob never sang a word.
But they were snappy dressers.
Good dancers,
They could dance, man.
They could move those legs.
That's
Didn't they wear leg warmers, in fact?
Did you wear leg warmers?
I don't remember that. It's got a lot of shoulder pads.
That looks like something that, I mean, that's a lady's jacket right there, isn't it?
And those were wigs, too, weren't they?
I don't know about that.
I think they were bald.
Oh, man.
They were.
Anyway, this was in...
early 90s.
Did you get into the 90s?
Yeah,
was it in the 90s?
92, maybe?
I'll say 90.
I'll say 90, yeah. I don't know, it might have been 80s even.
And it was right on 90.
Well
hey.
done, gents.
Oh, this guy.
Joey Buttafuoco.
Joey, yes. Sentenced to 6 months in jail for the statutory rape of Amy Fisher. Now, Fisher was serving a prison sentence for shooting and wounding Buttafuoco's wife, Mary Jo. This was a story that went on and on through the courts.
A lot of movies on this one, too.
Yeah.
A couple I can think of.
Yeah.
Mary Jo's she's a guest on the Stern Show regularly, and so are those two, Amy and
Really?
What a disaster.
Did he become a porn star too?
Oh,
no.
what?
He didn't. He never did.
No,
Okay.
she did.
She did. All right. All right.
92.
Is it that late?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think so.
I'll say 93,
I'll go 94.
just to be different.
Even.
And it was.
Oh,
Look at
93.
that. This is what happens when you piggyback off Shay's answer. And the National Broadcasting Company, otherwise known as NBC, debuts with a radio network, 24 stations.
Well, the logo's from 26.
Well,
I'm going to go with that.
yeah, I'll do that as well.
It's the only hint I have.
Yeah, what is this a trick question? No.
There
no,
we go.
it was
Somebody wasn't thinking.
1926. Thanks for that Monday morning hint there. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
You need that. Holy cow.
Look at this set.
Isn't this something, hey?
This is unreal.
It's kind of cool, hey?
Spared no expense. Wow. Let us know what you think. Get on the Facebook and...
Yeah, they're starting already.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Good,
Oh, they're
good.
all over it.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts and tell everyone to...
I'm Sienna Collins, and this is Out There. See 5 beautiful Glenora homes decorated in exquisite holiday decor. Homes for the Holidays returns this weekend and supports Kids Health Phone and the Junior League of Edmonton. The Edmonton Symphony Orchestra steps into the spotlight to share their favorite music Thursday at the Winsphere Center. The ESO Showcase is an evening of familiar favorites and spectacular showpieces. Tickets are on sale now for the Crime Stoppers Vintage Vegas Gala December 3rd at the Italian Cultural Center. Enjoy a fun-filled evening with delicious food and vintage Vegas-style entertainment. For more information, go to globaltvedmonton.com and click on Out There.
Captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Leon's famous Ho Ho Hold the Payments event. This year, give a gift the whole family will enjoy for years to come.
What are you eating?
Multigrain Cheerios.
So, trying to watch your weight?
No, why?
Nothing, it's just the box. It says it's low in fat.
Do I look like I need to watch my weight?
No, it just says it has 120 calories per serving.
Yeah, but there are other reasons why I like it.
I know, it's the box. Just says it's made with 5 whole grains.
What else does the box say?
Box says, shut up, Steve.
Multigrain Cheerios. 5 whole grains never felt so good.
Try new naturally flavored banana nut Cheerios with the great taste of real banana.
The latest athletic fabrics inspired Stay Free to create ThermoControl. Designed with the comfort of athletic fabrics in mind, Stay Free with ThermoControl quickly wicks moisture away for exceptional dryness. ThermoControl, only from Stay Free.
The big, solid, chocolatey, fudgy, crunchy, chewy, peanutty bar. Oh, Henry, the colossal combination.
When it comes to quality, Toyota has received more 2010 J.D. Power & Associates U.S. Vehicle Dependability Awards than any other brand. And now, during Toyota's More For You 2010 Clear Out, you can get up to $6,000 in cash rebates. It's our largest clear out ever. On now.
Welcome to Meal Solutions, presented by Global and Save On Foods.
Hi, I'm Sienna Collins with Save On Foods dietitian Shefali Raja. Well, with the colder weather here, it's so nice to warm up with our favorite comfort foods. They just make us feel so good.
They sure do. And here are some ways to make them healthier.
Okay.
When it comes to our macaroni and cheese, use whole wheat pasta, throw in some vegetables like broccoli, use sharp cheddar cheese to make it lighter.
Okay.
When it comes to your mashed potatoes, perhaps leave the peel on the potato, mix them up maybe with some sweet potato or yam, or even make them with some cauliflower. Add a bit of milk, Parmesan cheese, garlic.
Excellent.
To make everything less creamy, add low sodium broth or even light cream cheese.
So how do you make a stew or a chili healthier?
You might want to throw in some vegetables and some leaner cuts of meats.
Okay.
And most of all, make sure you watch your serving size.
Meal Solutions is brought to you by Save On Foods. For more healthy meal and snack ideas, log on to saveonfoods.com.
Get more of the food you love.
with Chili's new loaded fajitas. We've taken the toppings and flavor to a whole new level, starting at $15.99. From our tender grilled cowboy steak fajitas, stacked with crispy jalapenos and onion strings, to our peppercorn seasoned Santa Fe fajitas, heaped with cherry tomatoes, smoked corn salsa, and fresh avocado. Come in for loaded fajitas at Chili's today. After all, it's all in the preparation. Available at all Edmonton and Calgary locations.
It is Monday, November 15th, and you're looking at a live shot from our global sky tracker atop Manulife Place. Here are today's top stories. A deadly explosion at a Mexican resort in Edmonton. Grandmother and a father and son from Drumheller are among 5 Canadians killed. A terrible crash. 3 people are dead, 1 person injured after a collision east of Calgary. And a violent beating. Police are looking for suspects after a man was viciously attacked at a home in Mill Woods.
Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you enjoyed it because things are about to change. There is snow in the forecast. That'll happen starting later on today. In the meantime, I can tell you we'll get some sunshine with a forecast high of 4, winds northwest at 20. I'll be back with your full forecast in just a few minutes.
And it's a nice quiet start to the Monday morning commute. No stalls, no collisions, and great news for those in the Mill Woods area. Completion on a construction. I will tell you all the details coming up shortly.
Now from Global Edmonton, the morning news with Shay Ganem and Jennifer Crosby.
Good morning. Happy Monday. 6:02 now and 1 degree. Taking a look at the day's news headlines. An Edmonton area grandmother is among 5 Canadians who lost their lives in an explosion at a Mexican resort over the weekend.
52-year-old Darlene Ferguson was in Playa del Carmen for her son's wedding when the blast occurred. Another victim, this one from BC, was 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson. He'd also been married just days earlier. Also killed 42-year-old Christopher Charmont from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John, as well as another Canadian, Elgin Aaron. As Ryan Ellis reports, the blast happened at the Grand Riviera Princess Hotel, about 70 kilometers south of Cancun.
It was early Sunday morning when a natural gas explosion tore through this luxurious Mexican hotel, killing 7 people, among them 5 Canadians, including a 9-year-old boy, a 51-year-old man, and 2 other men between 25 and 30 years old.
There was glass everywhere. There was debris everywhere. A few of us went over beside the pool and started picking up pool lounge chairs, which can be flattened out to act as a stretcher.
The other 2 victims are said to be hotel employees. 15 others were injured, including 9 Canadians.
The debris from the explosion went out into the pool area, causing multiple injuries there. As well, it collapsed the ceiling in the reception area of the Platinum Club area, which is the VIP area in the resort. And there were some people trapped in there.
It's not known precisely how many Canadians were staying at the hotel. A WestJet representative says his company is working to contact more than 400 customers.
We are working through our guest list at that hotel to understand if we can account for those individuals that did fly down with WestJet Vacations.
Among those known to be staying at the hotel is a wedding party from Central Alberta. Cheryl Harris's daughter is part of that group.
She messaged me this morning on Facebook because she was, I don't know if she wasn't able to use her phone, but she was on her iTouch, and she found a hot spot and messaged me and said that there was an explosion, there was a building destroyed.
Foreign Affairs issued a statement Sunday afternoon saying the situation was being closely monitored and that staff stand ready to provide consular assistance to Canadian citizens as required. Displaced guests have been moved to other areas of the resort as the investigation into what caused the blast continues. Ryan Ellis, Global News.
Of those Canadians injured, 2 remain in critical condition. As for the investigation, Mexican authorities believe gas from a nearby swamp collected underneath the hotel and was somehow ignited.
A 27-year-old man remains in critical condition this morning in hospital after he was violently attacked at a home in Mill Woods early on Sunday. Homicide investigators are assisting in the investigation. Yesterday, they were interviewing witnesses at the home and canvassing the neighborhood. Police first learned of the attack after the man was dropped off at the Grey Nuns Hospital with serious head injuries. He was later transferred to the U of A hospital where he now remains. Police say the attack was not random. No arrests have been made. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers. Results of a citywide homeless count are expected to be released today. 250 volunteers hit city streets last month to help put an end to homelessness by counting how many people have no place to stay. The biannual count was conducted by Homeward Trust, a not-for-profit organization. The last count in October of 2008 showed there were approximately 3,000 homeless people living on the streets of Edmonton.
You're watching the morning news on Global Edmonton.
6:05 now, and the legal tussle over Potash Corp of Saskatchewan is now over. BHP Billiton has announced it's withdrawing its bid worth nearly $40 billion. The decision comes less than 2 weeks after Ottawa rejected a takeover bid, saying it did not provide enough net benefits for Canada. Australian-based BHP still had 19 days to try to convince the federal government otherwise, but a statement from the company Sunday indicates it simply could not satisfy that requirement. A British couple is celebrating their release after being held hostage by Somali pirates for more than a year. After a small ceremony in Somalia, Paul and Rachel Chandler flew to Mogadishu, where they gave a news conference at the presidential palace before being flown to Kenya. The couple had been held captive since October 2009, when pirates boarded their yacht while they were sailing off the coast of East Africa.
Militants have set fire to a NATO convoy of fuel tankers in eastern Afghanistan. Police say 14 of the convoy's 16 tankers were torched. Gunmen rushed the trucks in the early hours of Sunday morning. The incident occurred in the same area where would-be suicide bombers stormed a NATO base on Saturday. There have been a string of attacks against NATO forces in Afghanistan in the past 24 hours. A series of bomb blasts also killed a NATO service member and 2 civilians in 2 different incidents yesterday.
6:07 now. Let's check in with Daintree and Daintree. Mike and I both noticed it was a little slippery on the drive-in this morning, so I imagine that might pose some problems for morning commuters.
Certainly, Jennifer. It looks like we've got a little bit of frost on the ground, so anybody that is just heading out, you'll need to warm up the vehicle a little bit longer than normal. And of course, with the frost conditions, just keep that in mind as you are traveling. You are going to have to start driving a little bit slower. Take your time. Make sure that you give yourself extra time. We do have just moderate traffic as you're coming into the city, so along the QE2 in from Devon, Leduc, everything is moving along very well. We have no problems to report for those that take the early route north on Beaumont. And so northbound 814 out of Beaumont, starting to see the early start. We're getting that string of lights making its way north towards the Anthony Henday. Great news for anyone that lives in the Millwoods area. It's been a long time coming, but 34th Street is now reopened between 23rd Avenue and Anthony Henday. They've actually been a little speedier than normal on that one, so they expected to have it finished by the end of the month. It is now already reopened, and moderate traffic as you're coming out of Sherwood Park this hour. That is your Cal Tire 3D traffic. Now let's move on over to Weather Central and get the latest from Mike Sobel.
Thank you so much, Daintree. Yes, indeed, it is slick. I really noticed it on the white mud with the rain yesterday and, of course, the freezing today, so things certainly have changed. As far as the current temperature goes, we do sit at that 2-degree mark. It is cloudy as we get set for some precip to roll through. Not quite yet here, but in the foothills, we do expect that. 3 degrees is what we'll look at for the noon hour later on this afternoon, sometime around 4. So obviously, temperature not going to budge much at all once we get to that 2-3 degree mark, which is where we're at already. Now, the next few days, this is where things start to get a little scary. 40% chance of some flurry activity developing tomorrow morning. It actually starts this evening into tomorrow. 40% chance on Wednesday as well. That reverse temperature trend starting off at -8, falling to -10. -12 with plain old snow on Thursday and Friday. Doesn't look a heck of a lot better. Maybe we lose the snow falling. Might have to get out there and shovel with a high that day of only -12 degrees. I will be back with your next forecast. That's the one that will cover the whole province, and that comes up in just a few minutes. Now, coming up, we're going to meet a BC couple who's speaking about their experience on board Carnival Splendor. Stay with us.
On ET Canada.
I had an amazing time. It was weird and bizarre and lovely.
The best access to the biggest movie. It's ET Canada's Harry Potter Week.
Entertainment Tonight Canada. Tonight at 7 on Global.
For great mortgage advice, here are the 2 Collins.
Looking to refinance your home? We can help.
Whether you're consolidating debt or lowering your payments, we'll make sure you reach your goals.
We will shop all our lenders for the best deal and help you become mortgage-free faster.
Find the 2 Collins at 2collins.ca.
Remember the soft, fresh taste of Wonder Bread growing up? Well, that hasn't changed, but Wonder's nutrition has. Wonder Plus, enriched white with the goodness of whole wheat and 100% whole wheat, now with 25% less sodium. Wonder Plus, the comfort of yesterday, the nutrition of today, now with less sodium.
To keep me warm.
You know her. We know diamonds. And together, we'll choose something from our very own shared heart collection just for her. That's why only People's is the diamond store.
Introducing the new Chevrolet Silverado HD with a proven more powerful Duramax turbo diesel engine and Allison transmission. Legendary capability that has stood the test of time and back for 160,000 kilometers. With more than 10 tons behind you, shouldn't you put a trusted powertrain in front of you? The new Chevrolet Silverado HD. This truck doesn't know the meaning of quit.
I get the romance. I need a plan.
Well, it has been described as a cruise from hell for hundreds who were just hoping to enjoy a sunny getaway.
But soon after Carnival Splendor set sail, a fire broke out, leaving the vessel dead in the water. Now, a BC couple who was on board during the mishap is speaking out and disputing some disparaging comments that made headlines right around the world. Ted Chernecki reports.
This is the USS Ronald Reagan.
When you return from an ocean cruise vacation, there usually isn't a lot that happens on board that makes for a good story. Unless you were one of the more than 3,100 unlucky ones aboard the Carnival Splendor off the California coast this week. This Langley couple's cabin was very close to the engine room.
The boat started vibrating and shaking violently, actually, and I actually thought they had put the engine in reverse.
Then I said to Dale, I said, I smell smoke. And then I said, this can't be good. And then when I heard the callings over the microphones for us to go to the open decks and things like that, I got a little bit nervous, but I didn't panic.
There's absolutely nothing to worry about. And if there was, I promise, I will tell you.
There was a strong smell of electrical wires burning, and while the fire in the engine room was put out, the ship lost all but emergency power and was adrift. Passengers on the inside cabins would remain in the dark for 3 days.
Monday evening, when the tugboats and things weren't there quite yet, I'd have to admit that's when I was getting a little bit nervous when it started to get dark and stuff like that, and there was no Coast Guard there yet or anything.
With no refrigeration, some passengers shifted into a food hoarding mentality.
There was a lot of people who were probably panicking, thinking that they were having their last meals, and there was a lot of people taking a lot of food.
Rotting food and the inability to flush toilets made the smell aboard the Carnival Splendor less than splendid.
The smell on the boat was rotting vegetables. You could smell that, or rotting salad, fruit, and stuff like that, because they had no refrigeration.
It wasn't until the USS Ronald Reagan aircraft carrier arrived, along with a Mexican tug called Chihuahua, that everyone breathed a rancid sigh of relief. And unlike some American reports, this couple has only good things to say about the crew on board and how they coped. And in compensation for their ordeal, the cruise line is offering them a free replacement cruise.
We are probably going to take them up on their free cruise. Not sure if we'll take the Mexican Riviera again, but maybe we'll try the Caribbean or something. But we definitely will try it one more time because it's a fluke.
Wow, yeah, certainly not what they signed up for. I heard one woman say, you know, what are the odds it's going to happen again? What are the odds?
Exactly. I mean, and like I heard, I'm surprised because I heard the people saying, you know what, as bad as it was, the crew was doing all they could, flat out. They handled it as best as they could. And I mean, I'm sure they weren't enjoying it either. It wasn't,
no,
you know, but
gosh, no.
I don't know.
Yeah, yikes.
Terrifying.
You ever been on a cruise?
I have not.
I haven't either. I've been on a cruise ship a couple times, like as a ferry across the channel, and I got so sick. I can't.
Really?
across the channel.
Well, we went across the English Channel one time on a cruise ship, and I almost died. It was like a one-night sailing, and I thought I was going to die.
So you're a drylander then. That's it.
Very much so.
All right, so let's take a look at your weather forecast now as we take a stroll over to the big board in this massive set of ours. The current temperature sits at that 2-degree mark with a northwest wind at 15. As the day progresses, we're going to see an influx of cool air and snow into the region. Starting off with an area of low pressure across the north. Right now, there's a cold front there bringing in some snow. The next front comes through later on today. We'll see some snow coming across from the west. And in fact, there are some snowfall warnings and watches in effect for places like the Canmore area and down to the south of the province, where they get some very strong winds with that too. On the radar map, we're already noticing some precipitation coming in along that line, and some of it not that far from the city. So I'm guessing we're going to have to amend this forecast and have it come in a little earlier than expected, although it is sliding to the south and to the west. Foothill regions will certainly see that snow in the area. -7 for high level with your chance of snow through there. Same for Peace River, Grand Prairie, for the Jasper area +3, but you'll see some snow there. Rain snow mix for Red Deer at 5, 7 at Calgary for the Lloyd area. You're looking at 2 degrees and -4 with some snow for Fort McMurray. And for today, we'll be at around that 4-degree mark with the development of some precipitation later on today. In the overnight period, -6. And for tomorrow, -7. Still some flurries left over in the morning. And I'll be back with your next forecast. That'll feature temperatures from all over Canada and the United States in just a few minutes.
Okay. Oh, Halsey's mesmerized.
Look at him, eh? Hello, Brian. You hypnotized?
No, I'm not.
Do you think we look good or something?
No, no.
Do you like what you see?
No, I'm looking up.
No, you don't? No?
Can you see I'm looking up?
Yeah, I can see you're looking up.
I'm saying to myself, what? Shay, oh, Mommy, my tummy get upset.
This guy, you know, of all the things he can talk about, he's got to talk about that. I don't talk about your hair, your awful taste in fashion.
You've never been on a cruise ship.
I said I have been, and I got deadly ill.
What kind of a ship was it?
It was a cruise ship. You know what a cruise ship is, Brian?
Are you kidding me?
I've also been on a little 12-footer deep-sea fishing in Mexico a few times.
Oh, wow.
I get loaded up on the Dramamine, and I have a great time. I'm not complaining.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Listen, a couple of...
What a ball game yesterday. Hey, why don't you talk about something you know about football?
Well, I can tell you, I've had close to 50 cruises, so don't tell me about cruising, pal, okay?
You're an expert.
All right. Yeah, I've cruised the world, so don't tell me about that. Anyway, never mind.
With the fine silk shirt from the Orient to prove it.
No, you know that. Yeah, you know that. Anyway, but here's the thing. Yeah, you're right about the football games. Both of them, actually, because the score at Toronto-Hamilton was so close, and Hamilton kept turning the ball over. Hamilton was favored to win that. Probably should have won it, but you play a one-game shot, and the other club wins if you don't play right, and they didn't play right. You can't turn the ball over 5 times, think you're going to win. Not normally would that happen, and it didn't happen for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Terribly disappointing for them. You know, I had, as we were going to the playoffs this weekend, the start of the CFL playoffs, the thought, wouldn't it be ironic if Hamilton, you know, wound up losing to the Toronto Argonauts, which they did, and the Toronto Argonauts went on and represented the East in the Grey Cup, being played here in Edmonton against the British Columbia Lions, both teams owned by David Braley. I mean, how ironic would that be? How unique. You have a championship game and both teams owned by the same person. But that's not going to happen because the BC Lions, what a thriller it was in Regina. They couldn't stop the Saskatchewan offense when they had to, particularly the second half. BC really had it under control in the first half. Things were going very well, but in the end, it was just too much. But boy, oh boy, was it thrilling. Travis Lulay has reached stardom here in the Canadian Football League. I think that Wally Bono definitely has found his #1 quarterback. And so we've got the East-West finals coming up in Montreal and Calgary next weekend. And any one of those 4 clubs could win. Believe me when I tell you that, although Montreal will probably be heavily favored against the Argos. And Saskatchewan and Calgary, probably a toss-up. But the Stampeders, don't kid yourself, very, very good. So any one of those 4 could be here on November the 28th. Think about it. 2 weeks from the day the Grey Cup will have been played, it's all over. And when you talk about getting back home, boy, aren't the Oilers happy to be getting back home, or what? What a disastrous road swing. They were outscored so badly. They haven't won many games this year. Yesterday, 8-2, a thrashing. 7-1, they were whipped, remember, in Carolina. I mean, it was not a good road trip, and things are really indeed tough for the Oilers. But we'll talk about those stories as we move along during the week, and about who's going to coach the Eskimos with the announcement on Friday that Richie Hall's not going to be back. But then we all knew that for quite some time. So there's lots to talk about this week, and we'll see you here tomorrow morning, bright and early, okay? Not a bad kind of a day. I don't know how the rest of the week is, but not bad today.
Yeah, we'll touch and go. We'll see.
Shay.
All right, thank you, Brian.
Hey,
okay.
Looking good there.
I don't complain about my stomach, so I don't get a goodbye from Halsey, or what?
The thing about Brian,
you can't win.
And if people have watched this show for any amount of time, you know no matter what I say to Brian, he disagrees with. It doesn't matter what I say. He's got to dig me in. And then I get nasty letters saying I'm picking on Brian.
It hardly seems to bother you, though.
It really, well, look, you got to consider the source. That's my first rule. Always consider the source.
Okay,
and when it's Brian, I let a lot go. All right, we are at 6:20 now, and coming up, a touching story out of Virginia. An American sailor with a disabled young daughter returns home from Iraq to a big surprise.
Yes, this was a moment he'll never forget. We'll have that story for you after the break.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Bon Jovi's Greatest Hits. The Ultimate Collection includes the brand new single, What Do You Got? Now available at Walmart.
Santa's beard is itchy. What's a figgy pudding? All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. I've been a good girl all year.
It's time for Leon's famous Ho Ho Hold the Payments event, the most wonderful sale of the year. Oh, what fun it is to save on beautiful furniture the whole family will enjoy for years to come. And you'll pay absolutely nothing, not even the taxes, for 16 months.
Merry Christmas, Canada.
Thick caramel. Mars Caramel.
Have you ever called the home security company and tried to get prices over the phone? They won't give them, since they'd rather send a salesperson to your house to pressure you into signing a contract and sell you unnecessary equipment. At Alarm Force, we're happy to answer all your questions over the phone. Call today for free live two-way voice with every system.
Call 1-800-267-2001. Alarm Force.
Alarm Force is listed on the TSX.
License and registration, please.
I am so sorry, officer.
What's your big rush?
I'm just trying to get home in time for the game.
You don't have Bell TV?
I'm sorry?
You can record the game, so you don't have to speed home.
Oh.
And with Bell, we can record it right now with your smartphone.
Yeah, actually, I'm not on Bell.
Well, I'm afraid that's going to cost you.
Change the way you watch TV with Bell.
Welcome to Kia West Edmonton's grand reopening event, where you can tour our newly renovated state-of-the-art facility or take an all-new 2011 car, truck, or SUV out for a test drive. Kia West Edmonton, located just north of the mall.
Now when you buy any fabric sofa from IKEA, you'll get 50% off the second piece. Which means it's time to get yours. IKEA, any space can be beautiful.
Here we go for the day, on the road again. We can dream away.
The comfort of Purex, the feeling of home. It's softness they'll notice, now with cashmere softness.
6:24 now, and a toddler has given her father a surprise that he could never have imagined.
When the American sailor left for Iraq earlier this year, his little girl, who suffers from serious medical problems from birth, was unable to walk. But when he returned home, she was standing there to greet him. Kay Young has the story.
Back on land in the United States after a nearly 7-month deployment, few things rival reuniting with family. Mike Bean just returned from a mission training Iraqi forces. While he was gone, his wife Stephanie and daughter Savannah were in a special training mission of their own that started with therapists a year ago. 2-year-old Savannah,
come on, jump,
learned to walk.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
Despite Skype and many conversations across the seas, Daddy didn't know his little girl, born with severe disabilities, would be in the front row standing to greet him when he came home. Family friends expected Savannah's surprise progress to be a special gift.
When she was born, the prognosis was not good at all. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, you know, they didn't expect her to have any motor skills at all.
Once Dad got a good look at his girl, it was clear her hard work paid off.
It's all I could ask for. I mean, my daughter can walk.
Stephanie, who successfully kept Savannah's secret, can exhale.
I feel really good now that he's here.
The journey from birth to steps was not easy, and Mike understands the perseverance and strength his wife showed while he was deployed.
I'd actually leave the house. Just, she's been the strong one with her, and I'm the sucker. When Savannah gets in pain, I'll just pick her up and hold her. Sorry.
With this family together again, it's clear Savannah holds both her parents' hearts.
That's probably the most I could ever ask for.
Mic's not on. Your mic's not on.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Oh, now I hear you.
My mic's not on?
Now it's on. Now it's on. Yes.
Okay. I said that was awesome, and it's a little heart-warmer for you on your Monday morning.
Just to come home and see your family again, let alone to see that, would be just, well, good.
Absolutely.
More good stories like that.
And it was a warm weekend, well, at Winston Churchill Square, where they lit up the lights, and we'll have those pictures for you in just a moment here. But 2 degrees our current temperature with a northwest wind at 15. It is time for your national forecast, so we will start out east at St. John's, Newfoundland, and see what they could expect out there. Somewhere around that 4-degree mark under mostly sunny skies, mix of sun and cloud for Charlottetown, Halifax, Fredericton, all between about 7 and 9 today. You get down to Montreal at 6, Ottawa 9, Toronto 2 degrees warmer at 11. We've got Thunder Bay coming in at 2, 1 for Winnipeg, about the same for Regina. Snow expected to fall for the Saskatoon area at -2. 11 degrees under cloud and some showers for Vancouver, Victoria, and in the North Country, a couple of spots getting some snow today. Inuvik at -17 and Yellowknife at -8. Stateside, if you are flying down to the south into Seattle today, expect some showers 12. Los Angeles, bright sunshine and 25. And over here at Chicago, just a few clouds and 12 degrees. We're talking about the big light up of the square. Matt was down there and took this shot of Mr. Ho, 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 got in nice and tight on him, and then waited till they flipped the switch, and this is what the tree looked like. Christmas has arrived in downtown Edmonton, and I'll be back with your next forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike.
It's snowing in Snow Valley. Fake snow, of course, but what are you going to do? But it'll have to do for now until the real stuff does hit the ski slopes.
Now, hills were already open at this time last year. We'll find out what they're looking at so far for this year. Stay with us.
The romance. I need a plan.
Every 10 seconds, a woman around the world chooses Expert Lift from Nivea Visage. Its formula with hyaluronic acid enhances elasticity, so your skin looks tighter. Lift your look with Expert Lift from Nivea Visage.
I never felt like I was sacrificing the foods that I loved. In fact, with Jenny, I started eating foods that I hadn't allowed myself to eat in years. I was having spaghetti and meatballs, and I was having potatoes with cheese, and I was having cheesecake, which I still have every night, by the way.
I've lost 50 pounds on Jenny Craig. This is all the food I get to eat in one day.
Lose all the weight you want for only $6 per week. Call 1-800-JENNY20.
Start living your life. Call Jenny today.
Mike, what is your deal, man?
Come on, man. You've been riding me all day.
Mike, you're playing like Betty White out there.
That's not what your girlfriend said.
Baby.
Whoa.
Eat a Snickers. Better?
Better. I'm all bad. That hurt.
You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
It's the 2010 Grey Cup Festival, and Edmonton is hot to huddle. The downtown becomes Huddletown for 4 days of fun. Start by testing your football skills on the CN Fields, then ride high above Huddletown on the Capital-powered zip line. You'll touch down on the Tella Street Fest for activities and premier entertainment. Take a time out in the Boston Pizza Sports Bar before you discover great interactive displays and games in the Epcor Huddle Dome and the Scotiabank CFL experience. Make Huddletown part of your Hot to Huddle Grey Cup Festival.
Extra wide, extra deep. The Oster skillet with removable pan also has a temperature dial for full cooking control. The non-stick oven-safe pan removes so you can sear, bake, and even serve in one pan. Plus, it's dishwasher safe. The Oster skillet with removable pan. On sale now at London Drugs.
Live from Global Edmonton, the morning news continues. Here are Shay Ganem and Jennifer Crosby.
6:30, taking a look at news headlines this morning. Authorities in Mexico are continuing their investigation this morning into Sunday's deadly explosion at the Grand Riviera Princess Hotel in Playa del Carmen.
It's believed gas from a nearby swamp collected underneath the hotel and was somehow ignited. 5 Canadians were killed, including a 52-year-old Edmonton area woman, Darlene Ferguson, who was there for her son's wedding. 42-year-old Christopher Charmant from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John were also killed. 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson from BC was also killed. He'd just been married days earlier. Elgin Aaron was another Canadian victim.
The debris from the explosion went out into the pool area, causing multiple injuries there. As well, it collapsed the ceiling in the reception area of the Platinum Club area, which is the VIP area in the resort. There were some people trapped in there.
15 others were injured, including 8 Canadians. Of those Canadians hurt, 2 remain in critical condition. 2 others who died in the blast are said to be hotel employees.
3 people are dead and another is injured after a terrible crash east of Calgary. It happened around 7 Sunday morning at the intersection of Highway 22X and Highway 791. RCMP are still trying to figure out what happened. The driver of the semi was thrown from that vehicle and pinned under the weight of the cab. That driver was found dead on scene, as were 2 occupants of a pickup. Another passenger in the pickup was airlifted to hospital in serious condition.
A 27-year-old man remains in critical condition this morning after a violent beating at a home in Millwoods early Sunday morning. Homicide investigators are assisting in the investigation. Yesterday, they were interviewing witnesses at the home and canvassing the neighborhood. Police first learned of the attack after the man was dropped off at the Grey Nuns Hospital with serious head injuries. He was later transferred to the University of Alberta Hospital, and that is where he remains this morning.
The victim may have known his attackers, so the attack isn't random. There are some persons of interest in this case, but there haven't been any arrests so far.
Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
Results of a citywide homeless count are expected to be released today. 250 volunteers hit city streets last month to count how many people have no place to stay. The biannual count was conducted by Homeward Trust, a not-for-profit organization. The last count in October of 2008 showed there were about 3,000 homeless people on the streets of Edmonton.
Well, some of us, most of us, I'm sure, are not looking forward to snow, but staff at Snow Valley are keeping their fingers crossed. Staff there, in fact, if you can believe it, have been working hard this past week to pump out as much fake snow as they can to try and bring them up to speed with last year when the hill was already open. It's hoped it will be open for business by next weekend.
.33 now, and the legal tussle over Potash Corp of Saskatchewan is now over. BHP Billiton has announced it's withdrawing its bid worth nearly $40 billion. The decision comes less than 2 weeks after Ottawa rejected the takeover bid, saying it did not provide enough net benefit for Canada. Australian-based BHP still had an extra 19 days to try to convince the federal government otherwise, but a statement from the company Sunday indicated it simply could not satisfy the requirement.
Pilots of a Qantas 747 flight bound for Buenos Aires from Sydney, Australia, were forced to turn back earlier today after an electrical fault in a cockpit instrument. Qantas has grounded its 6 Airbus A380s as it investigates the partial disintegration of a Rolls-Royce engine. It's relying on its 26 Boeing 747s for its busiest long-haul routes. It's the second safety incident for the airline since one of its Airbus A380 Super Jumbos made an emergency landing due to an engine failure. Of course, in sports this weekend, we saw what happened once again as the Oilers were thumped unceremoniously on Broadway. 8-2 was the final.
It's these big point spreads. They've had a number of
poundings,
you know?
7-1 in Carolina, 6-2 in Detroit, 8-2 in New York. At least they brawled it up at the end of the game. Sean Avery, as he is apt to do, got everybody going, but at least they sort of came together and, you know,
yeah. Dean Millard said in our sports replay, at least they stuck up for each other.
You're gonna do, yeah, they always say you can't beat him in the rink, you beat him in the alley.
There we go. All right, let's check in with traffic now. Daintree is standing by with a look at the Monday morning commute. Hello, Daintree.
Hello. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Shay. Well, we just got news right now, word that there is a rollover southbound on the QE2. It's just south of Leduc, right by the weigh scales. So this is going to cause a lot of delays for those that are traveling south of the So in and around where the weigh scales are just south of Leduc, we've got some problems today. Right now, we do have as well a collision within our city as we scoot all the way north towards White Avenue in that area generally. Near Mill Creek Ravine, we do have 96th Street, 76th Avenue, a collision here that's affecting the intersection. There's some moderate traffic as you're making your way off of Twiller onto White Mud Drive at this hour. Starting to see some steady volume as well for those that are heading in on Highway 16A, Highway 16, moderate traffic so far in from Spruce Grove, Leduc, and same situation here. Starting to see a steady stream of traffic southbound on St. Albert Trail. That is your Traffic Central report. Now let's move on over to SkyTracker weather and get the latest from Mike Sobel.
Thank you, Daintree. And as you mentioned, the road's very, very slick. I know I'll let you do the traffic talking, but I certainly noticed that moving in today along the White Mud, that it was really slippery. Current temperature sitting at 2 degrees. It is fairly cloudy in the area. As we make it through the day today, we'll be at around 3 for the noon hour, so not a lot of room to climb today, finishing off at 4 degrees. Then it's going to be a long, long time before you see that temperature again, so don't get used to it. -4 degrees as we look at some current temperatures across the province. Snow has started already in the north at high level. Fort St. John also getting some snow, and Peace River at -2. The temperature at Grand Prairie 1 and 0 down the road at Edson this morning. Up here at Fort Chipewyan, -5, -3 at Fort McMurray. Clear there. We've got 0 at Slave Lake. Cold Lake -2, and at Lloyd this morning the temperature there is at -1. South of that and west over to Jasper, 1 degree. Same thing for Banff. For the Red Deer area sitting at 1. Calgary 3. Same for Lethbridge. And it's at Medicine Hat this morning. It is cloudy and the temperature there is at 4 degrees. 4-day forecast goes something like this. I do expect some snow to start later on this afternoon. -7. Chances some more snow in the morning with sunny breaks in the afternoon. 40% chance of the light stuff again on Wednesday at 10, and Thursday at this point looks pretty snowy. I didn't even put a pop in there, just say plain old snow, and -12 and -12 again for Friday. Certainly the deep freeze is arriving. And I'll be back with your next forecast, and we'll show you that, well, we look at the radar map, that the snow is falling in parts of Alberta already. And if you have some running around to get done this morning, here's a look at a few of the temperatures from around the city. Stay with us. We're back right after the break.
This is your life's test right here, right now.
Without coverage from Alberta Blue Cross, you could face substantial costs for ambulance trips, prescription drugs, dental and vision care, and more. An unexpected illness, accident, or medical condition could cost you thousands of dollars. But why take this risk? If you're without employer health benefits, Alberta Blue Cross has affordable plans to meet your needs and your budget. Join over 1 million Albertans with Blue Cross coverage. Get a plan for you and your family. Call today, 1-800-AB-CROSS.
Your winning moment awaits at Kia Winterfest, where we're driving change and making everyone a winner. Win $500 to $10,000, plus get 0% financing for up to 84 months, and don't pay till spring.
Everything we've learned has come down to this. The next generation of MacBooks.
Dad? What are you doing out here, Dad?
Just eating me oatmeal crisp, like I do every day, in the car.
Can we come in?
You could, but it's locked.
That's because you just locked it.
It's like a bank vault. I can't get out.
Try Oatmeal Crisp Almond. It's got delicious oat flakes and lots of crunchy almonds. Oatmeal Crisp, too delicious to share.
Overcrowding, long wait times, ballooning healthcare costs. Where did it all go wrong? We go back to the beginning and put Alberta's healthcare system under the microscope. It's Condition Critical, coming up tonight at 6, only on the NewsHour.
You're watching the Morning News on Global Edmonton.
As the hustle and bustle of the Christmas season ramps up, the Salvation Army is asking all of us to take a moment to remember less fortunate in our city. Joining us now to talk about their annual Christmas Kettle campaign is Karen Diaper. Welcome back.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Good to have you here, and we wanted to talk about the Santa Shuffle. What is the Santa Shuffle?
The Santa Shuffle is a fun run that we hold in Edmonton every year. It's a way to raise funds for the Salvation Army, but it's also a way to get families out, to engage them and to just have a great day.
Oh, certainly.
This year is the 20th anniversary. The Santa Shuffle started in Edmonton 20 years ago, so we're really excited to be able to enjoy that and celebrate that this year. And 10 years ago it went national, so it's now in about 35 communities right across Canada, but it started right here in Edmonton.
Well, that's great. We're very proud of that. And with that, we have also the Christmas Kettle campaign, and that's been running for quite a while as well.
Yeah, the Christmas Kettles actually started in San Francisco in 1891. This is amazing, really. And it's grown to be a huge tradition all across North America now, so it's a really an iconic image. When you see the Christmas kettles in the malls, you know it's getting close to Christmas time.
Oh, definitely. And that's where you see predominantly the Christmas kettles. So
yes. If
somebody was looking to volunteer or looking to donate, what can they do?
They can call our office. It's 780-423-211. We're always looking for people to volunteer. And if they want to make a donation, they can call that number, or they can just drop by the mall and make a donation at the Christmas Kettle.
Great. Now, what sort of commitment would somebody need to do in order to be a volunteer for the Christmas Kettle campaign?
We usually ask that people donate a 3-hour time period. The money raised during a typical 3-hour shift on a Christmas Kettle raises enough money to feed a family of 4 for a week. So
wow.
It's you may not think that 3 hours of your time is a lot, but it really makes a big impact on a family.
Oh, it certainly does. And the money that is raised, is it strictly for the Santa Shuffle, or is it with the Christmas campaign that stays within the city?
The Christmas Kettle campaign, all the money that's raised there stays right here in Edmonton, and that goes to help families in need, not just at Christmas time, but throughout the year.
That is wonderful. And one final question. For the Santa Shuffle, when is it happening?
Santa Shuffle is December the 4th. It's happening at Hawlack Park, and the run starts at 10 o'clock. But we're going to have a pre-party about 9:30, and we have some great presentations, and we have a new national sponsor this year. All Weather Windows have come on board. Wonderful. So they're going to be able to help us out this year, which is terrific.
Well, that sounds great. We hope that we raise a lot of money for our less fortunate here in the city. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
And the Salvation Army Shuffle takes place December 4th at 9:30 in Hawlack Park. The Christmas Kettles will appear at various malls and shopping centres throughout the capital region. And for more information, you can call 780-423-2111 or visit their webpage. Just click on the link at globaltvedmonton.com. And coming up, if you missed them in theaters, you can always watch them at home. We'll have the latest in the DVD releases. Stay with us.
I'm Sienna Collins, and this is Out There. See 5 beautiful Glenora homes decorated in exquisite holiday decor. Homes for the Holidays returns this weekend and supports Kids Health Phone and the Junior League of Edmonton. The Edmonton Symphony Orchestra steps into the spotlight to share their favorite music Thursday at the Winsphere Center. The ESO Showcase is an evening of familiar favorites and spectacular showpieces. Tickets are on sale now for the Crime Stoppers Vintage Vegas Gala. December 3rd at the Italian Cultural Center. Enjoy a fun-filled evening with delicious food and vintage Vegas-style entertainment. For more information, go to globaltvedmonton.com and click on Out There.
I just shot my only lead.
Oh, deck the house with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Throw the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la la la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la.
Feel the care dry skin needs with Nivea Extra Nourishing Body Milk. Enriched with almond oil, its formula boosts moisture for soft, healthy-looking skin. Extra Nourishing Body Milk from Nivea. Discover the Nivea moisturizer that's right for your skin.
You know the cough. The one caused by mucus and phlegm? Try Benylin Mucus and Phlegm Relief with Cough Control. It thins, loosens, and releases mucus and relieves cold symptoms. Clear it out. Feel better with Benylin Mucus and Phlegm Relief.
Have you come home to this? At Elite Indoor Park and Ride, you'll arrive to your washed, warm, and waiting vehicle. Only minutes away from the International Airport, Elite Indoor Park and Ride will take care of you and your vehicle while you're away on business or vacation. We shuttle you to and from the airport and provide our elite services for your car. Auto detailing, oil changes, windshield repair, and more. Elite Indoor Park and Ride. Washed, warm, and waiting. Your full-service valet airport parking solution. Why park anywhere else?
As you get older, your risk of falling and getting hurt increases. 1 in 3 seniors will fall every year in Alberta.
You can take action to stay mobile and independent. Falls are preventable.
Certain medications increase your risk of falling.
Have your doctor or pharmacist review all your medications.
Regular activity makes you stronger, improves balance, and prevents falls.
Do at least 30 minutes of activity every day. Walk, dance, swim, or take an exercise class.
Finding balance. Prevent a fall before it happens.
Closed captioning brought to you by the Home Depot's Really Big Appliance event, with offers on major appliances you can't afford to miss. On from November 18th to December 1st. You're watching Global, part of Shaw Media.
.46 now, and let's take a look at a few new items you can check out on DVD now. Michael Cera, you gotta love this kid, the awkward guy from Juno and Arrested Development.
Zombieland, was he in that too?
I don't know.
I don't know if it was the same kid.
Let's find out. Well, he's not exactly known for playing tough guys.
You know, certainly not, but in his latest film, he is forced to take on villains with superpowers. Raphael Seth has more in this edition of Video View.
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes. You have 7 evil ex-boyfriends? 7 evil exes, yes.
That sets the plot for the comic book comedy Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Michael Cera is a rock band slacker with a crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but she comes with baggage, namely a band of super-powered exes who control her love life. This genre-busting film is like a kung fu rock band romance inside a video game and comes with tons of bonus features. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is rated PG-13.
This is it, I swear. It's gonna be a good DVD package for this movie.
And here it is, the DVD release of Grown Ups. This summer comedy features Adam Sandler and several of his fellow Saturday Night Live alums as childhood friends reunited for a funeral. When they all end up spending a weekend together at a lake house, they discover that growing up doesn't mean growing old. Grown Ups is rated PG-13.
Oh, Mona, please don't call him over. Hey, Henry, you look thirsty!
Selena Gomez finds out what little sisters are for in Ramona and Beezus. Gomez is a high schooler fed up with the antics of her mischievous sibling, but when the chips are down, the two of them learn to rely on each other. The disc includes an interview with author Beverly Cleary. Ramona and Beezus is rated G.
Who are you?
With apologies to Abbott and Costello, who is right? Doctor Who in the Blu-ray release of the complete 5th series. This reboot of the British sci-fi staple features Matt Smith as the 11th incarnation of the time-traveling Doctor. He and his assistant venture through time and space, often with the fate of the world in their hands.
Looming over the customer's day.
All right, so I got a text from our new news director, Margot Pardelli. Zombieland was Jesse Eisenberg, and that's the guy from The Social Network.
Everybody gets him mixed up.
Oh, she's drunk. I just saw that kid in the Scott Pilgrim thing there.
Apparently
That's who was in Zombieland.
I've learned not to dispute Margot when it comes to things about movies.
You're wrong that way. I'll argue with her later today.
You will lose.
No, I won't.
Yes, everybody does who goes up against Margot on matters of pop culture.
Chad Kruger?
Oh, dear.
You know, this guy, I really want to like this band, but that hair, I can't do it.
Didn't we have a ban on these guys on our show?
No, you know what I mean?
What do you hate about Nickelback?
I like a lot about Nickelback.
Seriously. I think when they first came out, I mean, they took the world by storm.
Their early stuff is...
You know, and think of all the bands who mimic them.
Well, they mimicked a lot of bands.
They did too. No, but after them, you got the Theory of the Dead Man, the Three Doors Down. All these guys, they're all...
Creed and then they're all the same. And it's true to a large extent.
Anyway.
But it's called a genre. That's how it works.
Can't argue with their success.
No, you can't.
All right, how old is he?
He's from Hannah, right?
Plus, he's local.
Hannah, Alberta.
Right, yeah. He's 40.
I'll say he's 40. I like 40.
43. Oopsie
sorry.
daisy.
Wow.
Frida Lingstad?
Well, you know who she is just based on her name.
I don't know who that is.
ABBA. Anybody with a name like Lingstad or Agnetha Falskog.
Sorry, Mike, I didn't know.
Me neither.
There
you
you
know a lot
go.
more about ABBA than I do.
No, I am not an ABBA fan. That's for sure.
You do wear a
That is
jumpsuit
for
in your
sure.
spare
I
time a lot.
do that.
A leisure suit, I believe you call it. A leisure
Yeah,
one.
so that's what she looks like now.
She's 70 years old.
I'll say she's 64.
71. I'm going to overshoot everybody today.
Ed Asner.
Lou!
Love Ed.
Great. Goes back a few years.
Yes, it does.
You guys probably saw Up, or at least you probably did, Shay. A million times.
Up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A million times, right?
That's a
I'm guessing
great
anybody with a kid has seen that movie a million times.
Oh, that's the animated one
Yes.
where the little old man lives in the
Yes. Very
Oh.
sad
With the
movie too,
balloons.
right?
Beautiful movie.
I've heard that there's a lot of tears in
There's
that
some
movie.
melancholy moments,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's a great movie.
Lou.
It really is a good movie. The kid is just hysterical.
Lou's got to be 80.
Pretty close, eh? 77.
82.
81.
Hey, overshooting worked for me on.
Happy birthday if you are celebrating today.
Celebrity Birthdays is presented by Realty Executives. The best realtors are executives.
All right, time for the full weather picture. We've got a completely different picture today in our new studio.
This is unreal.
Well, we're getting used to it.
This set is unreal.
It really is.
Configuration.
People are complaining that I'm too far away, and well, Daintree's going to sit over there at the end of the show, so it'll sort of balance it out.
It has to do with camera shots,
Quit
too,
your griping.
Shay.
It's the first
a
day.
technical
We're doing
thing.
what we can.
We'll figure it
and,
out.
I'll get used to it.
And for a first day, we've, had relatively few bumps and bruises, I
love
think.
it. People are saying it's very busy, and you know what? It is, but I think you'll adjust to that in a matter of minutes, and it's awesome.
And
I
we can
love
do
it.
some
I think
really
it's
neat stuff with this new
fantastic.
studio, too, and we'll be rolling that out as time goes by.
Plus, I can
as well.
walk.
Yes.
I never used to walk.
This is just
Look
the
what Mike can
beginning.
do.
I actually have a set here that allows me to walk. We have this beautiful blue floor, and I can back up. And look at the size. Have you ever seen a plasma this big? Really? Come on.
Cool.
Be honest with me.
You practiced walking all weekend, too.
I did. That's all I did all weekend long. It is 2 degrees now. The sky is cloudy. We're getting set for some pre-sip. In fact, the province is already experiencing some at the moment. See, you guys talk so much, I'm to time on weather, but I'm going to continue going here because that's my job. Cold front across the top of the province, and there's another cold front with a low pressure area situated in Saskatchewan coming across. This is the one that will affect us. Moisture coming along that front as this low pressure area sags. We'll start to see the development of snow in the foothills and roll through. We're already seeing snow across the top of the province, and I'll confirm that for you on this radar map here. You can see this area of blue and green and pink and all that stuff just on the edge of the city now. So it certainly is approaching. And as we tighten up on the map here, you can see it just sliding down. The red or the pink is rather the rain and snow mixture. So we've got 4 degrees for today. The arrival of some rain, snow. I think it's going to be snow later on today as the temp dips to -6. And then tomorrow, 40% chance of some leftover snow in the morning at -7 degrees. Now was a lovely day yesterday. In fact, Curtis had the chance to get out there. I think this was a couple of days ago and work on this modest little home. I think he says it's worth about 2.5 mil. Take him a while to put those shingles up there, and I doubt he'll get it done before it starts snowing. Oh, well. It is time now to do some coloring of the weather. And the first one is brought to us by Faith, who lives in Bon Accord. All right, Faith. And Austin is also from that very same burg. Austin, good shot. And the final one is courtesy of 5-year-old Kylie. Kylie lives here in Edmonton. Every entry we put on the air with a self-addressed stamped envelope wins 4 tickets to an Oil Kings game of your choice. Log on to oilkings.ca for their full sked of events. And if you'd like to see your picture here, send it to Color the Weather, care of Global Edmonton, 5325 Allard Way, T6H5B8. Clearly print your name, your age, and where you live right on the back of your drawing. Global Edmonton is the official television station of the 2010 Grey Cup Festival, and we're excited to present our Touchdown Trivia Contest. Over the next 2 weeks, watch for our Touchdown Trivia question. Daily winners receive official Grey Cup merchandise, plus qualify for our grand prize where one winner takes all. A pair of tickets to the Cabarets, CFL Player Awards, Grey Cup Gala, and the hottest event in town, the actual game itself. Today's trivia question is, which Eskimos player holds the Grey Cup record for most touchdown catches in a single game? Was it A, Brian Kelly, B, Tommy Scott, or C, George McGowan? Enter your name along with the answer at globaltvedmonton.com.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Checking in now with Jackie Jeffrey.
And good morning.
Global One Traffic.
And good morning to you, Shay and Jen. Right now we're having a look at a collision. This is on 96th Street, 76th Avenue. It's affecting westbound traffic, so do watch out for that. You actually kind of have to get into oncoming traffic in order to get around it. So again, this is 76th Avenue at 96th Street, and it's affecting westbound traffic. Also, a single vehicle rollover southbound on Highway 2 just past the Leduc scales. What you want to do is stay to the right. That is affecting the median, and we are dealing with some slippery road conditions as well, so just be careful on city streets and commuter highways. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
Thank you very much, Jackie.
All right.
You're on the Facebook. I'm on the Twitter. We're getting lots of comments this morning.
So many people asking what to say. Yeah, I thought I'm confused. It's everything's changing around here. But yeah, keep the comments coming. We love to read them. An elephant, a 27-year-old elephant, in fact, in India. Talk about a cosmetic dental repair. Look at this. It's a cracked tusk.
Yes, this is a job a dentist possibly does not want to do. This tusk has been cracked for about 5 years, and it was picking up water and dirt. The elephant's owner had visited veterinarians several times after its health began deteriorating. So a team of dentists and vets performed dental surgery using nanofillers. It's a lot of nanofiller. And the elephant's recovering well and has started using its tusk again for daily activities. Wow.
Is there nowhere they could have done that in more of a clinical setting? I mean, that was in the raw jungle, for heaven's sake.
Right, but you probably don't want to disturb it too much by taking it out of its natural environment. I mean, there you are in your dentist's office and somebody brings an elephant in.
Well, no, a building of any
kind.
kind.
You're be okay with that.
A garage.
I don't know. They're used to being outdoorsy.
With a roof.
Looks okay. I mean, veterinarians are amazing. They can perform surgery anywhere.
Those are vets. Those are dentists.
And veterinarians. Were you not listening to me?
Entirely different. Well, there were vets on hand.
We will figure this out in the break. I'll read it to Shay again during the break.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Meal Solutions, presented by Global and Save On Foods.
Hi, I'm Sienna Collins with Save On Foods dietitian Shefali Raja. Well, with the colder weather here, it's so nice to warm up with our favorite comfort foods. They just make us feel so good.
They sure do. And here are some ways to make them healthier.
Okay.
When it comes to our macaroni and cheese, use whole wheat pasta, throw in some vegetables like broccoli, use sharp cheddar cheese to make it lighter.
Okay.
When it comes to your mashed potatoes, perhaps leave the peel on the potato, mix them up maybe with some sweet potato or yam, or even make them with some cauliflower. Add a bit of milk, Parmesan cheese, garlic.
Excellent.
To make everything less creamy, add low sodium broth or even light cream cheese.
So how do you make a stew or a chili healthier?
You might want to throw in some vegetables and some leaner cuts of meats.
Okay.
And most of all, make sure you watch your serving size.
Meal Solutions is brought to you by Save On Foods. For more healthy meal and snack ideas, log on to saveonfoods.com.
Don't anybody move.
Tonight, giving the biological clock the deep freeze. A controversial procedure offers women the chance to have children later in life, but at what cost?
Now I have the option of delaying it by 5 or 10 years.
On tonight's Global National.
McDouble? What's the occasion?
Every day special with you, baby.
Two 100% pure Canadian beef patties. Only $1.
You know, we don't talk enough.
The delicious McDouble, part of our Value Picks menu, only $1.39 every day.
The Buick Holiday Bonus Event. Because everyone loves to be rewarded. Make no finance payments for 90 days, long after the holidays. Plus, get up to a $1,000 holiday bonus and very low lease rates on Buick's award-winning vehicles, including the AJAC award-winning Buick Regal. The Buick Holiday Bonus Event. It's everything a Buick event should be.
Morning News on Global Edmonton is where you get your news, weather, and traffic information weekday mornings.
And now we're pleased to present one of our city's favorite holiday traditions.
It's the Citadel production of A Christmas Carol.
Now you can enter to win tickets to a performance, including dinner at Eastbound Bistro and a beautiful floral centerpiece for the table from Bunches.
Log on to citadeltheater.com and enter the Family Traditions Contest. Tell us what makes your holidays special.
It's our gift for you from the Morning News on Global Edmonton.
People used to worry. If I talk too long, it'll cost me extra. Then they discovered that they could talk for as long as they wanted for one low price. They called this Chatter. Now, everyone can talk happy and have no worries about dropped calls. Things seem somehow brighter and happier, alive with Chatter. So for worry-free unlimited talk and text, give Chatter Wireless this Christmas with the new affordable Nokia C3 with Bluetooth headset included. No worries, gift happy.
The 2010 Grey Cup Festival. It's football, fans, and fun. It's the ultimate fan experience, and you could win it on the fast, fun, and factual morning news on Global Edmonton. Be watching for daily touchdown trivia questions, and then enter your answer at globaltvedmonton.com to win tickets to the cabarets, the Grey Cup Gala, the CFL Awards, and even tickets to the big game, or win official Grey Cup merchandise. It's the complete package for the serious football fan. See all the fun and enter to win with the morning news on Global Edmonton.
Good morning, Monday. And it's another November morning. Not too bad out there. Looking for a little bit of warmth today, up to a high of about +3. Here's some of the stories that are making news. Today, explosion rocks a Mexican hotel and 5 Canadians, 2 Mexicans dead after a massive gas explosion in Playa del Carmen. A horrific crash. 3 people died. 1 person is injured after a semi and a pickup collide east of Calgary. And the Canadian Finals Rodeo wraps up for another year, but not without incident. We'll have more on Friday's incident.
Good morning. Hope you had a good weekend and hope you enjoyed it, because it'll be a while before you see temperatures like this. 4 degrees is our forecast high, but things will change dramatically over the course of the next couple of days. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Unfortunately, some problems down on the QE2 just south of Leduc. A rollover has got emergency crews tied up, and also a collision within the city. I'll have more details coming up shortly.
Now from Global Edmonton, the morning news with Shay Ganem and Jennifer Crosby.
Good morning. Taking a look at news headlines this morning. 5 Canadians are among 7 people killed in an explosion at a Mexican resort. It happened this weekend, and the dead include an Edmonton area grandmother.
52-year-old Darlene Ferguson was in a Playa del Carmen area for her son's wedding when the blast occurred. Also killed 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson from Nanaimo, BC, who'd been married just days earlier. 42-year-old Christopher Charmont from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John are also among the dead, while Charmont's wife and daughter survived the blast. The explosion happened at the Grand Riviera Princess Hotel, about 70 kilometers south of Cancun. 8 Canadians were injured in the blast. 2 remain in critical condition. Here in Alberta, the community of Drumheller is in mourning over the shocking deaths of Charmont and his young son.
We're absolutely devastated, all of us. It's just, it's hard to even fathom that, bad things happen to good people. It's unbearable.
Friends and relatives looking for information on Canadian citizens believed to be at the resort can contact Foreign Affairs by calling 1-800-387-3124.
3 people are dead and another is injured after a terrible crash east of Calgary. It happened around 7 Sunday morning at the intersection of Highway 22X and Highway 791. RCMP are still trying to figure out what happened. The driver of the semi was thrown from the vehicle and pinned under the weight of the cab. That driver was found dead on scene, as were 2 occupants of a pickup. Another passenger in the pickup was airlifted to hospital in serious condition.
A 27-year-old man remains in critical condition this morning after he was violently attacked at a home in Millwoods early Sunday morning. Homicide investigators are assisting in this investigation. Yesterday, they were interviewing witnesses at the home and canvassing the neighborhood. Police first learned of the attack after the man was dropped off at the Grey Nuns Hospital with serious head injuries. He was later transferred to the U of A hospital. That's where he remains now. Police say the attack was not random. No arrests have been made. Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
The dirt at Rexall Place is being replaced with ice. As the Canadian Funnels Rodeo wraps up for another year, this year's event was hit with a black eye on Friday night after several spectators were injured by a bull who jumped into the stands. Officials say despite that frightening incident, this year's CFR was another success. 84,000 people walked through the doors of Rexall this week to watch the 35th edition of the rodeo.
It's been an amazing week. Our numbers have been great. People in the stands are extremely excited. They've been cheering, they're loud, and they're taking a lot of pride in our Cowboys, so it's been a great week.
A record $1.3 million in prize money was handed out.
7:05 in other local news, a massive fire late Saturday night has caused about $2 million worth of damage to an industrial building. Fire crews were called to CanAlta Tractors at 207 Street and 107 Avenue just after 11 last night. About 70 firefighters battled the blaze well into the night, but in the end, much of the building was still destroyed. Lack of a fire hydrant in the area, as well as the presence of hazardous materials, made fighting this blaze very difficult.
It's an exterior attack. We won't risk any firefighters in that building as the walls are unstable. The roof has come in, and we've got a number of, as I said earlier, some products in there that could be hazardous to firefighters.
Investigators are still determining just how that fire got started.
Results of a citywide homeless count are expected to be released today. 250 volunteers hit city streets last month, and they were counting how many people have no place to stay. The biannual count was conducted by Homeward Trust, a not-for-profit organization. The last count in October of 2008 showed there were approximately 3,000 homeless people on the streets of Edmonton.
Good news for Edmonton. The federal government is getting geared up for the Grey Cup, also covering some of the costs involved with hosting the big event. Saturday, Minister of Public Works Rona Ambrose officially announced the Marquee Tourism Events Program is contributing $425,000 to the football celebrations. Event organizers say the money is helping to promote tourism to Edmonton for the big event.
It enabled us to reach all of Canada and also into the United States. And like I said in the press conference, is we sold out in 6 days, and it was a new record, and we really attribute that a lot to this funding because we were allowed to market that much more.
The funding also contributed to a 122-meter zip line, which will be set up near City Hall for the Grey Cup Festival when it kicks off on November 25th.
You're watching the morning news on Global Edmonton.
7:07 now, and the legal tussle over Potash Corp of Saskatchewan is over. BHP Billiton has announced it will withdraw its bid worth nearly $40 billion. That decision comes less than 2 weeks after Ottawa rejected the takeover bid, saying it did not provide enough net benefit for Canada. Australian-based BHP still had 19 days to try to convince the federal government otherwise, but a statement from the company indicates it simply could not satisfy that requirement.
The APEC summit wrapped up in Japan today with no new agreement on free trade. Still, the gathering did end on a high note for our Prime Minister. Stephen Harper was given a very special honor. He was the only APEC leader to dine at the exclusive Emperor's private palace in Tokyo. There have been plenty of photo ops during the past week for world leaders, but little headway made on major issues. Still, Harper denies these summits are becoming irrelevant. He will head to Portugal at the end of the week to meet with NATO leaders and discuss Canada's role in Afghanistan after combat ends in 2011. I've been to the Emperor's Palace. It is a very, very nice place to dine.
So the Prime Minister and you have gotten invites?
I believe so. I'm sure there's other people.
Jackie, Jeffrey, we sometimes underestimate just how big a deal Shay is.
Well, I'm a big deal.
I guess so, huh?
we underestimate this. How are we looking in traffic so far this morning?
Well, a few problem spots right now. We're just actually having a look at the Quesnel Bridge. It is quite busy, of course, quite a bit of volume to contend with already. This is a lot of eastbound traffic is what you're seeing just pass over the bridge. We just got word of a collision, though, on Highway 37 and 50th Street. That's affecting westbound traffic. We do still have that issue, 96th Street, 76th Avenue. It's affecting westbound traffic there. And a single vehicle rollover on Highway 2 just past the Leduc scales. It's in the median, so stay to the right in order to avoid that. But as you can see, quite busy already east and westbound on the Quesnel Bridge right now. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which one are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Time now for a look at the Monday morning forecast. And Mike, well, we held it off as long as we could.
We could, and we're going to be able to hold it off for part of the day today anyway.
Part of the day.
Part of the day, because as we move into the day and towards the afternoon, things will change. We're at that 2-degree mark now. We'll be about 3 for the noon hour, 4 driving home today. There already is some snow falling in other parts of Alberta. In fact, there are snowfall warnings in effect for places like the Nordegg area. And once you get down to the southeast later on today, it's winter storm warnings. Places like Medicine Hat and Cypress Hills with the snow and the wind go along with it. So fairly miserable in parts of the province as the day progresses. We will see the arrival of some of that snow here in the Edmonton area later on, continuing overnight with a 40% chance that we'll move through to -7 for tomorrow. So the snow in the morning, sunny breaks in the afternoon. And then we get into that reverse temperature trend that you don't like to see, but it's inevitable. Starting off at -8 on Wednesday, dropping to -10, 40% chance of snow that day. A better chance of snow on Thursday, -12 your high there with the temperature dropping to eventually hit -16 overnight, and then -12 with mixed skies. That is for Friday. So certainly it looks like once we get today out of the way, winter has arrived. And coming up momentarily, we'll update those warnings for you as we get into our full provincial forecast. And in just a few minutes, we head over to National Bank Financial for the latest numbers from the stock market. Stay with us. Business news right after the break.
I just shot my only lead.
Here's to getting more for your hard-earned money, to getting more of the lower prices you deserve. We're working hard to give you more lower prices throughout the store. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Morning News on Global Edmonton is where you get your news, weather, and traffic information weekday mornings.
And now we're pleased to present one of our city's favorite holiday traditions.
It's the Citadel production of A Christmas Carol.
Now you can enter to win tickets to a performance, including dinner at Eastbound Bistro and a beautiful floral centerpiece for the table from Bunches.
Log on to citadeltheater.com and enter the Family Traditions Contest. Tell us what makes your holidays special.
It's our gift for you from the Morning News on Global Edmonton.
Come.
Coffee has always been a labor of love, but now there's Keurig. Keurig single cup brewers let you enjoy an individually brewed cup of gourmet coffee in under a minute. With over 100 varieties of coffees and teas from 13 leading brands, you'll always find your favorite cup. Keurig is the new way coffee gets made, like it's ground, measured, and brewed just for you. Because it is. Keurig Single Cup Brewers. Choose, brew, enjoy.
Till the one day when the lady met this fellow, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch. That this group must somehow form a family. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. That's the way we became the Brady Bunch.
Doctor shortages, lack of beds, long wait times. Is our healthcare in crisis?
We're full right now. Every single bed in the department is full.
All this despite spending more on healthcare than any other province. Join us tonight as we go inside Alberta's ailing system.
Nobody knows what's going on behind here.
Your healthcare, can it be cured? Or is it too late?
EMS is on red alert.
Condition Critical, a special global news series, starts tonight on the NewsHour. Think investigative reporting. Think global.
In international news this morning, millions of Muslims have arrived in the city of Mina, Saudi Arabia at the beginning of their annual Hajj pilgrimage.
Mina is located east of Islam's holy city of Mecca. The Hajj pilgrimage is one of the largest religious gatherings in the world. It is the 5th pillar of Islam. and it is to be performed at least once by every Muslim who is physically able to do it and can afford to do it. As many as 4 million people are expected to participate in the pilgrimage this year. That's up from about 2.5 million last year.
Meantime, many attending the Hajj pilgrimage are testing out Saudi Arabia's first metro train system. The trains will transport pilgrims between holy sites in an effort to reduce congestion from buses and cars. The trains can carry about 72,000 pilgrims an hour. They're now at about 35% capacity, but are expected to operate at full capacity next year. Well, in her first public address since being released from house arrest, Myanmar's pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi called for a face-to-face meeting with the country's military leaders.
But as Carolyn Jarvis reports, despite the reconciliatory tone, supporters remain doubtful democracy is close at hand.
The streets outside of Aung San Suu Kyi's political headquarters, a frenzy of joy and anticipation as their repressed leader arrived to address her people for the first time in years. Suu Kyi vowed to continue her fight for human rights and justice, and when asked what message she had for the leaders who imprisoned her, Suu Kyi also met with foreign diplomats and said she would consider asking the West to lift sanctions on Myanmar. Today, Prime Minister Harper and other leaders demanded Myanmar's military junta relinquish control.
And we call on the Burmese authority to restore a civilian government.
Sort of appeal some of the military junta. They are Buddhist, so should practice Buddhist message of tolerance, message of love.
But those who know Suu Kyi, including this Vancouver-based author, say she's not yet truly liberated.
She's not freed. She's been released. Big distinction. Freedom would mean freedom to travel the country freely and allow the people of her country to meet with her freely.
He sees one of two scenarios unfolding.
Either she could be killed, which would be something that's concocted by the regime, or we have an epic archetypal trans-Mandela de Klerk moment in which the generals actually are sincere. Dialogue is beginning, it's initiated, and Burma becomes a luminous democracy.
And while Burmese Canadians may be skeptical their beloved leader will see a proper and just election, they know she holds something greater.
She have all of the Burmese people behind her. That's bigger than military. So the people power, that's what we call it.
That adoration summed up in a single sign today, "We love Sue." Their leader held one in return. It read, "I also love the people." Carolyn Jarvis, Global News, Vancouver.
All right, 7:17, and time to head over to Angus Watt.
Yeah, National Bank Financial, the destination, as we get our first look at the markets and more today. Hi, Angus.
Well, good morning. Let's take a look and see what's happening on Friday. The Toronto markets were down, and the North American markets under a little bit of pressure. Toronto finished lower by 185 points to finish the week at 12,749. And in New York, the Dow Jones was down 90 points. The NASDAQ was down 37 points. But the NASDAQ still, I believe, the number one exchange, the number one index as far as performance in North America so far this year. And year to date, it's up about 11%. The Canadian dollar this morning is up 56/100 to 99.38. Getting some help in the United States. The U.S. retail sales numbers came out. They've now been up 4 months in a row, the strongest since March. They're up 1.2%, and the economists were looking for an increase of only 0.7%, so 1.2 for the retail sales in the United States, much better than expected. And again, we've got a little bit of rhythm here, and that seems to help the markets, the view of the markets and commodity prices this morning. So we've got the Canadian dollar up 0.5 cent. We've got gold up $4 to $1,369.30. We've got oil up 68 cents a barrel to 86.02, and we've got natural gas up for January 1 cent right now to $3.98. Now I'm looking over here. Gasoline prices in the States in the wholesale market are up $2.24. And you might remember about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was saying, be careful because we should be seeing the price of gasoline go higher. And it really hasn't moved a lot higher here in Edmonton and throughout Alberta. But you know what? I was in Toronto yesterday, and Toronto, the cheapest gas there was like $1.11 a liter. And
Where?
Yeah, in Toronto.
It's less than $1 a liter.
No, $1.11.
Oh, okay.
Yikes.
Right,
Wow.
so we're at
That's
88 cents here at $1.11, and sometimes you go to Toronto and you find some service station selling it for a penny cheaper than we can buy it here.
Exactly, and it's coming from here.
Yeah, and you say, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So, I'm just putting out there that you would expect then the price of gasoline has to be increasing here as well.
All right, everyone run out and fill up.
Well, it may
ASAP.
not happen today, but
Big, long
it's just-
lineups at the gas station. It's all going to be your fault.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, we'll see you in an hour, Angus.
All right, we'll do.
At least it makes sense, though. I mean, it is our gas, and we have to put it in trucks and drive it all the way to them, and then they end up paying less.
Exactly.
That
What's
always
the
blows
deal?
my mind.
Oh, that always burns my biscuits when I see that, and I'm like,
bad news.
yeah. So get it while you can, while it's cheap. Now people are going to be walking there with their jerry cans, just trying to fill everything up. Right now, we do have a couple problems. In fact, I would say a handful of problems. Let's get right to it. We do have a rollover here south of Leduc on Highway 2, or the QE2, whatever you prefer, by the way scales. We also have a collision 50th Street and Ellerslie Road. This is tying up the area. We do have good news, though, for construction along 34th Street between Anthony Henday, 23rd Avenue. That is now open several weeks in advance, which is fantabulous. We do have 96th Street, 76th Avenue, dealing with a collision today, and as well, way up to the north of the city, Highway 37 and in and around 50th Street. For your lateral reference, it's going to be slow going along Highway 37, mainly because it's a single lane for each direction. That is your Cal Tire traffic report. Now let's move on over to Sky Tracker weather. Get the latest from Mike Sobel.
Hey, thanks, Natri. How the heck was Angus in Toronto yesterday? I spent Saturday night till midnight with Angus at the Juvenile Diabetes fundraiser at the Shaw Conference Center, and he was in Toronto and he's back already. Boy, this guy gets around, doesn't he? Yeah, private jet, that's probably what it is. So minus or 3 degrees is the temperature we expect to be at for the noon hour. 4 degrees driving home today with a mix of sun and cloud in the area. 4-day forecast. This is probably not the one I wanted to show you. Let's go over to here. I think this is the one we want. Or maybe that was the one. You know what? I can't keep up. Was that the one we wanted, Mark? I think we did. But we're going to go over to this one anyway. 2 degrees is your forecast high for today. What we're dealing with is an area of low pressure. This particular low is well to the north, kind of at the border of Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Northwest Territories there. It has a cold front going across the top, another low to the south with another cold front, and stationary front, in fact, and an area of low pressure that's off in the Gulf. This particular low will sweep through, and as it does, it'll create an Alberta clipper around Calgary and put a lot of snow into the area. We could see anywhere from 10 to 15 centimeters of snow down towards the Calgary area and into the foothills. Now, the Edmonton region, I don't expect to see much accumulations from this, but I'm a little concerned. Certainly something we're going to have to keep our eyes open for, because now you can already see the motion that is taking place. Various colors. The blue would be the snow. You've got the pinks and the greens, so combinations, and it's sliding right by the city at this moment. Not touching us as of yet, but certainly something we're going to be keeping our eyes open for. Minus 7 degrees for later on in high level with some light snow there. We've got minus 5 for Peace River, Grand Prairie, for the Jasper area 3. Over here at Red Deer, a mix of rain, snow, and 5. Calgary 7 with rain, but turning to snow later on today. Got 8 for Lethbridge, 7 for the Medicine Hat area. For today, 4 degrees for Edmonton, mix of sun and cloud. Overnight, that's when we expect that snow to kick in, probably a little earlier in the evening at minus 6, and then tomorrow we are back to minus 7 degrees with winds northeast at 15 to 25. So we'll see what materializes. Certainly it's something we're going to have to keep our eyes open, especially if you're in the southern part of the province where there are some winter storms warning in effect. And I'll be back with your next forecast, including temperatures from all over North America. That comes up in just a few minutes. Stand by. We'll be back in a moment.
Stuff a Bus is back. Global Edmonton is proud to sponsor our city's food bank by literally stuffing a bus with non-perishable food items at selected Save On Food stores. Fill a need, stuff a bus from November 22nd to the 27th.
Spicy Mama deal? Yep. Yep. No. Yep. Oh, $1.99 for you. New, sir. Keep moving, baby blue.
Whoa, 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 Ryan. The Spicy Mama deal is for everyone. Jalapeno cheese, chipotle sauce, spicy Mama burger.
Oh, okay, sure. So like that?
Like that. Yeah. And like that.
I'm not getting it.
Okay. Everyone. Thank you.
The Spicy Mama Burger, only $1.99 at A&W.
decorations to gifts, Zellers has more of what you need for less than you'd expect. For whatever's next on your holiday list, Zellers.
This holiday season, treat your special someone to luxury, style, and quality. From Rose Noir Elite Leather and Fur, discover thousands of men's and women's leather jackets, sheepskin jackets, and more. Sumptuous fur coats from New York and Montreal designers, and fashionable accessories to complete any outfit. Experience timeless and classic luxury. Rose Noir Elite Leather and Fur, Upper Level Phase 1, West Edmonton Mall.
That cloud, it kind of looks like a plane.
No, it's more like a private jet.
Oh, just imagine. If we had one of those, we could travel the world.
Introducing Dream Away Lottery and its amazing early bird prize. Escape to wherever your heart desires with 50 hours on a private jet, 6 friends, and 15 grand. Renowned landmarks, exotic islands, and vibrant cities await when you escape with Dream Away Lottery. Hurry, tickets are selling fast.
Closed captioning of this global program is brought to you in part by Bubbles, your worry-free winter car wash. Early bird hand wash from $13.95. Bubbles, simply the best. This program is brought to you in part by Canadian Direct Insurance. Say yes to savings.
All right, 7:25 now, and taking a look at another issue. An estimated 55 to 75,000 Canadians have multiple sclerosis. It's very high in some parts of this country, the highest in some parts of the world. The symptoms include a weakening or a paralysis of any part of the body.
Global's Donna Friesen spoke with one woman who overcame the crippling disease to share her passion with others.
That's good. My name's Barb.
Barb Winfield knows a thing or two about teaching.
I go up and down, around and about.
And about overcoming obstacles.
And that's how I paint. There we are.
30 years ago, Winfield noticed her left foot was dragging. Shortly afterward, she was diagnosed with MS.
You're doing your own picture.
Slowly, she lost her balance, her ability to walk, eventually all movement except for her head and neck. Her marriage fell apart. She was forced to quit the job she loved, teaching.
I could have made the choice to sit home and mope, but I decided that wouldn't be much fun.
Instead, she pursued a lifelong passion, painting in her own unique style.
A new adventure.
She joined an arts group and, using a motorized scooter controlled by moving her head, began traveling to schools.
It's a life lesson about how to work hard and find a way to do what you love.
And a lesson about perseverance and following your dreams.
I'd made the choice that I had MS, but MS didn't have me.
Now, she not only paints, she sits on the Accessibility Awareness Committee in her hometown of Port Hope.
She seems to cope no matter what, and that's why I find her a hero. She's my hero anyway.
This is you teaching us? Oh, good. You got that chair right.
She's back where she loves to be, inspiring, influencing the next generation.
Anything is possible if you put your mind to it.
7:27 here on the Great Big Show. I just have to say,
right?
We did well.
Go for it.
For an
Go
older
for
guy.
it.
I'm amazed that so many people not only have noticed that Jen and I are on different sides. You people watch closely, and I admire that. Thank you. People are upset about it. Like, you know.
They can't get used to it.
Switch, Mike.
They'll get used to it. They'll get used to it. Change is good.
You know what? In a week, nobody will remember.
That's right.
I had
It
forgotten
feels
5
different.
minutes in.
Well, you usually don't know where I am anyways.
I just sit down
Get
and
my
do
name
my
half the
thing.
time.
The thing is, it's going to hurt your neck because you're much stiffer on this side because you're used to turning this way,
Well,
right?
Yeah, you get longer muscles on one side
We're
of
not
your
changing.
neck.
I will tell you that. Get used to it.
Okay.
You'll grow to like it. You know.
The reason why I'm out of breath is, well, my little work area is no longer in the studio, so I got to come running every time I do this. But anyway,
Did a big slide.
now I'm
onto
going to
the
run
desk.
over here and show you how big our studio actually is. It
We
is
need
a
to get that part on air.
massive-looking studio. Which part?
You sliding into the desk.
Oh,
at the
yeah,
last
yeah, let's
second.
do that. That would be
good to see.
That'd be very interesting. So 2 degrees is our current temperature with winds northwest at 50. He keeps telling me I'm to time before I even start the weather. Yeah, you're talking too much, guys. You're talking too much. 11 11 degrees for Victoria, Vancouver today with some showers in the area there. We've got snow in the northern part of Saskatchewan and Saskatoon at -2. If you are flying into Toronto today, expect that temperature to be at 11. 9 degrees for Ottawa, a little bit cooler with showers for the Montreal area and in the Maritimes today. Just a mix of sun and clouds, anywhere from 7 to 9 degrees. St. John's 4, and in the North Country, there is snow in the forecast for a couple of spots we look at, like Cambridge Bay at -14, -6 for the Churchill area, and over here at Inuvik, also looking at -17 with some snow. Stateside we go. If you are flying into San Francisco today, expect sunshine and 7. For the Salt Lake City area, there will be some rain and 7 degrees. And at Minneapolis, more cloud than sun with a high there of 3 degrees. Just want to thank Henry for sending in this shot. It was a beautiful sunrise. This was either yesterday or Sunday in the northern part of our region around Sturgeon County. Henry, Rivière-Kibar, thank you so much for sending that in to us. And that is your forecast as it stands for now. Let's go way upstairs to Jackie Jeffrey in Global One to see if she can help you get to work or school on time today. JJ, that does not look good.
No, this is a single vehicle collision on Ellerslie Road. As you can see, the vehicle is on its side. It's between 34th Street and 50th Street, so it's affecting both directions because of all the emergency crews that are here. So either take 34th Street or 50th Street. Also a collision 97th Street, 134th Avenue, and a collision 76th Avenue, 96th Street. That is affecting westbound traffic. And we also have a collision on Highway 37 westbound at 50th Street to watch out for. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
This is your life's test right here, right now.
This is me before Jenny. Can you believe it? And this is me now. 50 pounds lighter. Every other program that I tried failed. Jenny was the only one that worked for me. It's my consultant. She made the real difference. So, goodbye before photo, and hello, new photo op.
Lose all the weight you want for only $6 per week. Call 1-800-JENNY20.
Start living your life. Call Jenny today.
Global Edmonton's open season Ski Jasper contest is on now. The ski and snowboard season is here, and you could win a weekend getaway to Jasper, where you'll enjoy Marmot Basin's Canadian Rockies Express, the longest high-speed quad chairlift in the Rockies, and Jasper's hotels of choice, the Mountain Park Lodges. Watch weekdays on the morning news to get the day's most updated weather forecast. Then log on to globaltvedmonton.com to enter Jasper's temperature. It's your chance to win with Marmot Basin and Mountain Park Lodges.
Lars set the world record for thumb twiddling, then broke his own record the following year while he waited for Wendy's Bacon Mushroom Melt to return. But the wait's over. It's back, now with thick-cut Applewood smoked bacon. The Bacon Mushroom Melt, only at Wendy's.
You know when it's real.
Winning moment awaits at Kia Winterfest, where we're driving change and making everyone a winner. Win $500 to $10,000, plus get 0% financing for up to 84 months, and don't pay till spring.
Live from Global Edmonton, the morning news continues. Here are Shay Ganem and Jennifer Crosby.
Good morning, 7:32 now as we check news headlines, and 5 Canadians are among 7 people killed at an explosion at a Mexican resort this weekend, including an Edmonton area grandmother.
52-year-old Darlene Ferguson was in Playa del Carmen for her son's wedding when the blast occurred. Also killed 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson from Nanaimo, BC. He had been married just days earlier. 42-year-old Christopher Chermont from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John are also among the dead, while Chermont's wife and daughter survived the blast. The explosion happened at the Grand Riviera Princess Hotel about 70 kilometers south of Cancun. 8 Canadians were injured, 2 remain in critical condition. Here in Alberta, people in the community of Drumheller are in mourning over the deaths of Chermont and his young son.
we're absolutely devastated, all of us. It's just, it's hard to even fathom that, bad things happen to good people. It's unbearable.
Friends and relatives looking for information on Canadian citizens believed to be at this resort can contact Foreign Affairs. That number, 1-800-387-3124.
3 people are dead and another injured after a terrible crash east of Calgary. It happened about 7 Sunday morning at the intersection of Highway 22X and Highway 791. RCMP are still trying to figure out just what happened. The driver of a semi was thrown from the vehicle and pinned under the weight of the cab. The driver was found dead at the scene, as were 2 occupants of a pickup truck. Another passenger in the pickup was airlifted to hospital in serious condition.
A 27-year-old man remains in critical condition this morning after a violent beating at a home in Mill Woods early Sunday morning. Homicide investigators are assisting in the case. Yesterday, they interviewed witnesses at the home and canvassed the neighborhood. Police first learned of the attack after the man was dropped off at the Grey Nuns Hospital with serious head injuries. He was later transferred to the University of Alberta Hospital, and that is where he remains under hospital care.
The victim may have known his attackers, so the attack isn't random. There are some persons of interest in this case, but there haven't been any arrests so far.
Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
The dirt at Rexall Place is being replaced with ice as the Canadian Finals Rodeo has wrapped up for another year. This year's event was dealt a bit of a black eye Friday night after several spectators were injured by a bull that jumped into the stands. Officials say despite that frightening incident, this year's CFR was another huge success. 84,000 people walked the doors of Rexall to watch the 37th edition of the rodeo.
It's been an amazing week. Our numbers have been great. People in the stands are extremely excited. They've been cheering, they're loud, and they're taking a lot of pride in our Cowboys, so it's been a great week.
A record $1.3 million in prize money was handed out.
Results of a citywide homeless count are expected to be released today. 250 volunteers hit city streets last month, counting how many people have no place to stay. The biannual count was conducted by Homeward Trust, a not-for-profit organization. The last count in October of 2008 showed there were approximately 3,000 homeless people on the streets of Edmonton.
7:36, time for an update on traffic. Now we'll check in with Daintree and see how things are going so far.
Well, Shay, they are a bit nasty on our city streets. I don't know if it's just the frost, maybe that light covering of ice has made it a little slick for the roads, but needless to say, we've got a mess on our hands out there. So south of the city, south of Leduc, near the Wayscales, they have a rollover that they're tending to right now out on Highway 2. There is as well a collision Ellerslie affecting both east and westbound traffic at 50th Street. It's actually just between 50th Street and 34th Street. So we have as well a collision 96th Street, 76th Avenue. Up to the north of the city, Highway 37 westbound is affected by a collision at 50th Street. And then finally another one here, 97th Street and 134th Avenue. So it's a bit dicey out there, my friends. Make sure that you take care and caution if you're traveling out this morning. Now let's move on over to Sky Tracker weather. Get the latest from Mike Sobel.
Thanks, Daintree. And if you want to start talking about dicey, we do have a dicey scenario happening. There's no question about that. There's a big area of low pressure that's moving in from the northwest, and that's creating a lot of havoc, or it will over the course of the next little while down south of us in terms of snow and wind and that type of thing. We'll just quickly go through some temperatures here. 4 degrees at high level. This is a -4. That's where we're at now. 2 degrees for Jasper. Calgary at 3. 3 degrees for the Lethbridge area. And over here at Medicine Hat, they are at 2 degrees. And I'll be back with your next forecast in just a few minutes. Jen?
Thank you very much, Mike. We have a bit of breaking news now on our top story this morning. Foreign Affairs Minister Lawrence Cannon is commenting on that explosion in Mexico that killed 5 Canadians. Let's listen in live to that now.
Canadian citizens were injured. Friends and relatives in Canada seeking information on Canadian citizens believed to be at the site should contact Deep 8's Emergency Operations Center by calling the 1-800 number, which is 1-800-387-3124. Canadian citizens at the Grand Riviera Princess Resort requiring emergency consular assistance should contact the Canadian consulate there as well. Alors, au nom, évidemment, de tous les Canadiens, le gouvernement du Canada tient à exprimer ses condoléances et ses sympathies aux familles, de même que...
So there's Foreign Affairs Minister Lawrence Cannon addressing the fatalities in Mexico from that explosion at a hotel over the weekend. As you can hear, we're having a little bit of audio trouble with the feed. We'll try to get some more of that for you later on in the broadcast. First, a quick break, and we'll be back with more.
Now when you buy any fabric sofa from IKEA, you'll get 50% off the second piece. Which means it's time to get yours. IKEA, any space can be beautiful.
McDouble? What's the occasion?
Every day's special with you, baby.
Oh.
2 100% pure Canadian beef patties, only $1.
You know, we don't talk enough.
The delicious McDouble, part of our Value Picks menu, only $1.39 every day.
This holiday, treat your special someone to timeless and classic luxury at Rose Noir Elite Leather and Fur. Sumptuous fur coats for cold winter days, men's and women's leather jackets, sheepskin jackets, and more. Rose Noir Elite Leather and Fur, upper level, Phase 1, West Edmonton Mall.
Hon, is it okay if I give you your gift early?
Sure.
An Xbox 360 with Kinect.
Yeah! Check out the Best Buy deal of the day. Every day we'll offer one gift idea in-store and online at an irresistible price. Quantities are limited, so check daily. Best Buy.
The season's best deals are at Chevrolet. Get up to $10,000 in cash credits, including up to $1,500 holiday bonus. Pick your Chevrolet and make no monthly payments for 90 days. Plus, get Smart Purchase Financing, the new flexible way to buy your Chevrolet. Or get 0% financing on select models.
We'll take that one.
The Chevrolet Season's Best event. Hurry and pick yours today.
You're watching Global, part of Shaw Media.
Hypoglycemia, or low blood sugar levels, is a relatively common but often misunderstood condition that can produce a wide range of symptoms, including headaches, dizziness, and confusion. Joining us with more is registered dietitian Heidi Bates. Welcome back.
Yeah, good morning.
How do you like the new set?
It's really cool. I like it. It's neat.
I like it. It's nice and casual.
I'll just be taking this home here.
Oh, me too. Okay, you take those two, I'll take these two.
Big purse, yeah.
So tell us, what are some of the causes for hypoglycemia?
Lots of people get this, and women in particular, hypoglycemia can be a real problem for women. Partially because sometimes hypoglycemia is caused by hormones and changes in hormone levels, where the amount of sugar, you'll produce some hormones that make the sugar in your blood, the amount drop off, and you'll feel really shaky, headachy, kind of stressed out, be thinking about food a lot if that's happening. Sometimes though it's just caused because our eating habits are lousy and we're not eating regularly enough. Most people probably need to be eating something about every 3 hours during the waking part of their day. So if you're skipping meals or really busy and forget to eat, those same symptoms can come upon you and just make you feel really lousy. And then when you do eat, you feel good, and then it drops off, you feel lousy, and you're on this, a little bit of a blood sugar roller coaster that doesn't feel very good. Yeah.
So with confusion and whatnot, and obviously I think a lot of people don't realize that we need to change out of that 3 meals a day into a more of a grazer kind of situation.
I mean, really, most people will need 3 meals plus at least a couple of small but nutritious snacks. And the key is small. I think sometimes, you know, we've got a whole industry devoted to snacking. Makes it seem like it's more than it is. But, you know, sort of thinking about that little bits, as opposed to big amounts, nothing, big amount, nothing. You're going to do a lot better if you do it that way.
So if we are deciding, okay, I'm hungry, it's been a couple hours since I last ate, I want a snack. Now, what should I be eating?
Well, you know, what really helps is a combination of something that's got some carbohydrate in it, something starchy with some fiber, and then a little bit of protein tucked along. So something like trail mix, you know, it's got the nuts with a little bit of fruit involved, is a great choice and really portable. Hard-boiled eggs, if you've got something that can keep them cold, are excellent because they've got, you know, really good source of protein. And then peanut or almond butter with some whole grain crackers. You could do cheese and crackers, but just little bits, but that combo of something that's higher in fiber, starchy, with the protein gives you staying power. Whereas, you know, this is the problem with some of these bars and things that people eat. There are a lot of carbohydrate and nothing to kind of slow the entry of that sugar down. You know, you want to kind of do it like time release.
Oh, definitely. You don't want to end up having that, like you said, the roller coaster. Yeah, the peak and valley thing.
And really being careful about, you know, if you do struggle with hypoglycemia, watching things where it's sugar in a liquid form, so pops, those sugary coffee drinks to try and wake yourself up, which is a common thing people do, those are the kiss of death. So park those. Think instead about little nutritious snacks that are intact foods, not liquids.
Sounds great.
A big difference, yeah.
Well, thank you, Heidi.
Yes, I'm glad to be the first guest.
Wonderful. Well, you'll be back next week, and we will have more information, if you need it, through email. You can just email dietitian, tncdietitian@gmail.com. Also find that email address on our webpage, globaltvedmonton.com. Now, coming up, we will take a look at how effective the Do Not Call list has been keeping telemarketers at bay. Stay with us.
This program is brought to you in part by RE/MAX, Canada's favorite agents.
Overcrowding, long wait times, ballooning healthcare costs. Where did it all go wrong? We go back to the beginning and put Alberta's healthcare system under the microscope. It's Condition Critical, coming up tonight at 6, only on the NewsHour.
You gotta roll with me. Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Nito and Cal Tire. Cal Tire, true service.
Yesterday, I ate 40 candy canes. My dad always wants to play with my toys. Last year, I asked for pony and I only got socks.
It's time for Leon's famous Ho Ho Hold the Payments event, the most wonderful sale of the year. Oh, what fun it is to save on beautiful furniture the whole family will enjoy for years to come. And you'll pay absolutely nothing, not even the taxes, for 16 months.
Merry Christmas, Canada. La 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 la.
Zero fat. Zero sugar added. Zero aspartame. Zero need to compromise. Astro Zero. Also available in superfruit flavors.
We all know there are germs on the surfaces of our mouth, but what we might not all know is that those germs can build into a resilient layer called biofilm. Biofilm germs are strong enough to survive daily brushing. Thankfully, there's Listerine. Its triple action formula penetrates biofilm to kill the germs and protect your mouth from bad breath for up to 12 hours. Fight biofilm with Listerine.
Oh, deck the house with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Throw the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la la la, fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la.
Experience the magical sights and sounds of the holiday season at the Festival of Trees. See hundreds of beautifully decorated trees and join in the many family activities and entertainment, like having breakfast with Santa Claus. For information, go to festivaloftrees.ca. Then, watch the morning news, bringing you the latest news, weather, traffic, and community events. Friendly, informative, and fun. We'll give you all the details to get you up and going. Global Edmonton, our city, our news.
All right, it is 7:48. Jackie Jeffrey is over another mishap. We're having a rough Monday, Jackie.
We really are, yes. This is 50th Street, just north of Highway 37, vehicle in the ditch here. So just be aware that you may run into some delays if you're coming in from north of the city. Also, a few collisions in the city. 97th Street, 130th Avenue, a collision there. We'll definitely head out there and see our direction, because that's all we know right now. And also a single vehicle collision on Ellerslie Road between 34th Street and 50th Street. That's affecting both directions, so very slow going in that area. And yeah, do watch out for some slippery road conditions, because those do continue on city streets and commuter highways right now. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
All right, thank you very much, Jackie. Well, they could be calling you right now.
They could be.
And
they
that's
may be.
the worst. We're talking, of course, about telemarketers.
To fight back, many people signed up for the Do Not Call list, which is supposed to limit those solicitations. But is it effective? Global's Anthony Robart finds out.
It's that phone call most of us dread.
Hello?
Usually coming at the worst time. For some, that is all the time.
They call whenever they feel like calling. They call early in the morning, they call in the afternoon. They especially love dinner time.
Ellen Jamal is like thousands of other Canadians who asked to be put on the Do Not Call list. And like thousands of other Canadians, are still getting called.
And they seem to be increasing.
Shopco, a Toronto food distributor, is the latest company to be fined by the CRTC for calling those who ask not to be called. The company's owner says he paid to have those numbers scrubbed and doesn't know why they're still on there.
If we've done anything to hurt anybody's feelings or anything like that, I'm sorry. You know, we're just a small business trying to survive. 300,000 people we called, and there's 5 complaints. Even computers make mistakes.
But whether there was a glitch in the system or not, this consumer advocate says the Do Not Call list is simply ineffective.
It still leaves too many loopholes. The whole policing procedure is too complex with the onus on us. It really is not the best solution to the problem.
The loopholes are the exemptions to the Do Not Call list, such as charities, political parties, a newspaper selling subscriptions, if you've done business with a company within the last 18 months, or if you've inquired about the company's product or service within the past 6 months. And then there's the ineffectiveness of the fines. Since the Do Not Call list was put in place just over 2 years ago, more than $200,000 in fines had been handed out. As of just a few months ago, only a few $100s had actually been collected. As for Shopco, they say they are going to fight their fine, while so many others, like Ellen Jamal, fight to get off the phone. Anthony Robart, Global News.
Interesting.
Bottom line is, though, call display.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get so many of those calls a day. If I don't recognize a call on my thing, I'm saying if it's that important, they'll leave a message.
Sure.
And of course, those guys never leave messages.
Hey, speaking of important, I just heard this is big. Wow, this is right up Mike's alley anyway. Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall, and Larry the Cable Guy. 3 of the redneck comedian guys. All in town for one show, January 14th at Rexall Place.
Wow.
Well, there you go. So you'll be booking the night off.
Yeah, right.
Get her done.
Yeah. Weather forecast for today calls for it to be a little on the cool side.
You just made billions of dollars off. Get her done.
Get her done. Yeah.
That's a real family show.
Oh, yeah, it'll be good for the
real
kids.
family show. Foxworthy actually is. All right, let's take a look at your forecast now as we stroll over to the biggest plasma TV you've ever seen. I can actually walk in this screen. You know that? I can actually walk in the screen and then jump out of it like that guy. Anyway, so what do we got today? I'm to time again. Boy, are we talking too much. 1 degree is our current temperature. We've got areas of low pressure to watch, one of which is well to the north. It's dragging a cold front through places like High Level and Chippewan. You're seeing some snow up there. Another low has a cold front, or actually a stationary front to the south of us now. That sweeps through. But the key is there's an area of low pressure that's up here in the Gulf of Alaska. As it starts to develop and move down towards the southeast, it will bring snow into the region. It's already sent an impulse ahead of it, but we're we're talking very heavy snow in the foothills and down towards Calgary and off towards Medicine Hat and the Cypress Hills. Here's evidence of that now. We see that moisture in the area. The pink would be the red and snow mix, and it's getting fairly close to the city, but we shouldn't be able to see that till later on today. So 4 degrees is your forecast high for today. As the evening progresses, getting into the overnight period, periods of snow will develop at -6 with a 40% chance of some leftover stuff tomorrow with a high of -7. Northeast winds at 15 to 25. These are some shots from Tofield yesterday. David, who's our volunteer firefighting chief out there. In fact, who would get closer to the line than David did? Look at the dry conditions before the rain started to fall, and he was even able to get a sunset in there too. Thank you, David, for sending those shots into us. It is time for some coloring of the weather. We're starting off with Alyssa, who is 5 and lives here in the city of Edmonton. Thank you so much, Alyssa. How about William? William, 7 from Edmonton, put this one together for us. Under the tree with the leaves falling. Final one courtesy of Megan, who is 8 and resides north of the city in Sturgeon County. Every entry sent to us with a self-addressed stamped envelope wins 4 tickets to an Oil Kings game of your choice. Log on to oilkings.ca for their full skit of events, and to get your picture here, send it to Color the Weather, care of Global Edmonton, 5325 Allard Way, T6H5B8. Make sure that you clearly print your name, your age, and where you live on the back of your drawing. Shay, Jen, back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mike.
If you've ever had your home computer hacked, you are not alone. Now we're learning attacks against corporate computers are on the rise.
And whether you know it or not, that could affect you. Sean O'Shea explains.
As consumers, we've heard warnings before. Be careful when you go shopping, giving out any kind of personal information. In Canada, there's even more reason to take care.
The attacks today are a lot more focused, a lot more sophisticated, and a lot more targeted. And that's a little bit scary.
TELUS and Rotman School of Management in Toronto have just finished looking at IT security, how well Canadian companies protect your information, including the data you send through the internet and on smartphones. Compared to a year ago, they found security breaches went up 29%, and government agencies are facing some of the most aggressive security attacks, a 74% increase in security breaches in just 1 year.
Fraud is everywhere.
I don't worry about it too much.
Consumers can't control how well companies and government agencies guard their most sensitive information.
It's really important for organizations to get it, to really understand the trust that their customers have put into them by giving them access to information.
But the TELUS Rotman study shows many companies have cut their online security budgets, even as threats and attacks increase. And consumers often don't want security to interfere too much with what they're doing online.
The challenge that we have is that consumers find a lot of convenience on the internet to procure services, to get access to information.
And as for threats caused by social networking sites like Facebook, companies that block access at work for security reasons actually put themselves at greater risk.
Employees within an organization that are not allowed to get access to social networking in the workplace formally then will do what they can to circumvent that.
$7:56. Time for an update of Global One Chopper traffic now with Jackie Jeffrey.
Yeah, right now we're just having a look at 97th Street at 130th Avenue. You want to stay to the far left as you travel southbound because of this collision. We also just got word of another crash. That is eastbound Jasper Avenue at 84th Street. So do watch out for that problem area. And also a single vehicle rollover. That's on Ellerslie Road between 34th Street and 50th Street. That's affecting east and westbound traffic, and you may still find some delays as you travel on on 50th Street, just north of Highway 37 because of a single vehicle collision there. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
I'm Sienna Collins, and this is Out There. Beautiful Glenora homes decorated in exquisite holiday decor. Homes for the Holidays returns this weekend and supports Kids Health Phone and the Junior League of Edmonton. The Edmonton Symphony Orchestra steps into the spotlight to share their favorite music Thursday at the Winsphere Center. The ESO Showcase is an evening of familiar favorites and spectacular showpieces. Tickets are on sale now for the Crime Stoppers Vintage Vegas Gala December 3rd at the Italian Cultural Center. Enjoy a fun-filled evening with delicious food and vintage Vegas-style entertainment. For more information, go to globaltvedmonton.com and click on Out There.
This global program is brought to you in part by Realty Executives. Buying, selling, talk to us.
Can't believe I got this at a yard sale. Can't believe she saw it from there.
Canada's best-selling minivan, the Dodge Grand Caravan, where life happens.
All right, let's get started. Well, Tom, just because the summer's over doesn't mean that we can't enjoy the President's Choice Angus Slider Mini Burgers from the Holiday Insiders Report. Oh, hold on. Let me get that. They're actually perfect for holiday parties. Imagine serving festive sliders with cranberry sauce, caramelized onion, and brie, or with blue cheese and pear. So, what do you think?
I think I have another stop to make on the way home.
Go to pc.ca for 19 different holiday slider ideas. Slider, President's Choice. Isn't it time you switched supermarkets?
It's the 2010 Grey Cup Festival, and Edmonton is hot to huddle. The downtown becomes Huddletown for 4 days of fun. Start by testing your football skills on the CN Field. Then ride high above Huddletown on the Capital-powered zip line. You'll touch down on the Tella Street Fest for activities and premier entertainment. Take a time out in the Boston Pizza Sports Bar before you discover great interactive displays and games in the Epcor Huddle Dome and the Scotiabank CFL Experience. Make Huddletown part of your Hot to Huddle Grey Cup Festival.
I hear Flamin is the fitness equipment headquarters.
Flamin has everything you need to get fit in the comfort of your own home.
Great. I don't have time to go to the gym, but I do need to tone up.
You need a little vibration.
What?
Look at me. I use it all the time.
What are you talking about?
The Progression Vibration Trainer. It increases circulation and speeds your metabolism for natural fat loss. Like I said, look at me.
Looks like it works.
And after you try it, you want it again and again and again.
Get fit. Get Flamin.
Global Edmonton has our city sports scene covered, and now we've got the hottest tickets in town to give away. This is your last chance for a seat at the 2010 Grey Cup game on Sunday, November 28th. Join me on Global Sports on the News Hour and News Hour Final for details on how to enter for your chance to win tickets to this sold-out event. And just when you thought it couldn't get any better, you'll also get tickets to the exclusive Boston Pizza indoor tailgate party, so you're set for the big game. Global Sports, we're hot to huddle.
It's Monday, November 15th, and you're looking at a live shot of the river from our Global One News helicopter. Here's a look at some of the stories we're working on this morning. The aftermath of a deadly explosion in Edmonton. Grandmother and a father and son from Drumheller are among 5 Canadians killed at a hotel in Playa del Carmen. A fatal car crash. RCMP are investigating the cause of a terrible crash east of Calgary that killed 3 people and seriously injured 1. And a vicious attack. A 27-year-old man is in critical condition after a violent beating left him with serious head injuries.
Well, today should be an interesting day. It's kind of a transitional day. We had temperatures above normal for the weekend. We have temperatures expected to be about 4 degrees today, which of course is well above normal. But then things are about to change. I'll have your full forecast in just a few minutes.
And unfortunately, there is plenty of action out on our city streets, and it's not the good kind. So I will have all of your collision details coming up shortly.
Now from Global Edmonton, the morning news with Shay Ganem and Jennifer Crosby.
Good morning, 8:01 now as we take a look at the day's news headlines. And an Edmonton area grandmother is among 5 Canadians killed in an explosion at a Mexican resort this weekend.
52-year-old Darlene Ferguson was in Playa del Carmen for her son's wedding when the blast occurred. Another victim from BC, 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson, had been married just days earlier. Also killed were 42-year-old Christopher Shermont from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John, as well as another Canadian, Elgin Aaron. As Ryan Ellis reports, the blast happened at the Grand Riviera Princess Hotel, about 70 kilometers south of Cancun.
It was early Sunday morning when a natural gas explosion tore through this luxurious Mexican hotel, killing 7 people, among them 5 Canadians, including a 9-year-old boy, a 51-year-old man, and 2 other men between 25 and 30 years old.
There was glass everywhere. There was debris everywhere. A few of us went over beside the pool and started picking up pool lounge chairs, which can be flattened out to act as a stretcher.
The other 2 victims are said to be hotel employees. 15 others were injured, including 9 Canadians.
The debris from the explosion went out into the pool area, causing multiple injuries there. As well, it collapsed the ceiling in the reception area of the Platinum Club area, which is the VIP area in the resort. There were some people trapped in there.
It's not known precisely how many Canadians were staying at the hotel. A WestJet representative says his company is working to contact more than 400 customers.
We are working through our guest list at that hotel to understand if we can account for those individuals that did fly down with WestJet Vacations.
Among those known to be staying at the hotel is a wedding party from Central Alberta. Cheryl Harris's daughter is part of that group.
She messaged me this morning on Facebook because she was, I don't know if she wasn't able to use her phone, but she was on her iTouch, and she found a hotspot and messaged me and said that there was an explosion, there was a building destroyed.
Foreign Affairs issued a statement Sunday afternoon saying the situation was being closely monitored and that staff stand ready to provide consular assistance to Canadian citizens as required. Displaced guests have been moved to other areas of the resort as the investigation into what caused the blast continues. Ryan Ellis, Global News.
Now, of those Canadians injured, 2 remain in critical condition. As for the investigation, Mexican authorities believe gas from a nearby swamp collected underneath the hotel and was somehow ignited. Friends and relatives looking for information on Canadian citizens believed to be at the resort can contact Foreign Affairs by calling 1-800-387-3124.
3 people are dead and another injured after a terrible crash east of Calgary. It happened about 7 Sunday morning at the intersection of Highway 22X and Highway 791. RCMP are still trying to figure out what happened. The driver of the semi was thrown from the vehicle and pinned under the weight of the cab. The driver was found dead on scene, as were 2 occupants of a pickup truck. Another passenger in the pickup was airlifted to hospital in serious condition.
The dirt at Rexall Place is being replaced with ice as the Canadian Finals Rodeo wraps up for another year. Now, this year's event was marred by a serious incident on Friday night after several spectators were injured by a bull jumping into the stands. Officials say despite that frightening event, this year's CFR was another success. 84,000 people walked through the doors of Rexall this week to watch the 37th edition.
It's been an amazing week. Our numbers have been great. People in the stands are extremely excited. They've been cheering, they're loud, and they're taking a lot of pride in our Cowboys, so it's been a great week.
A record $1.3 million in prize money was handed out. The strain on the healthcare system has been prominent in the news as of late. Starting tonight, Global Edmonton takes a look at just how bad the situation has become. Patients are faced with doctor shortages, lack of beds, long wait times. Is our healthcare system in critical condition? Our special series begins tonight on the NewsHour, as well as tomorrow on the Morning News.
You're watching the Morning News on Global Edmonton.
8:06 now. Police in Montreal expect to be busy with security detail today at the funeral of notorious mob boss Niccolo Rizzuto. And officers are already busy as there are reports this hour of a suspicious package left at the church where his service will be held. Rizzuto was shot while sitting down to dinner with his wife and daughter last week. Police say a sniper fired a shot from a wooded area behind the home, killing the 86-year-old patriarch of the crime family. In the last 12 months, 3 people close to Rizzuto, including his son Nick Jr., have either been killed or kidnapped.
The APEC summit wrapped up in Japan today with no new agreement on free trade. Still, the gathering did end on a bit of a high note for our Prime Minister. Stephen Harper was given a special honor. He was the only APEC leader to dine at the elusive emperor's private palace in Tokyo. There have been plenty of photo ops during the past week for world leaders, but little headway made on major issues. Still, Harper denies these summits are becoming irrelevant. He'll head to Portugal at the end of the week to meet with NATO leaders and discuss Canada's role in Afghanistan after combat officially ends in 2011.
Thousands of people are now telling amazing stories after returning home safely from a nightmare of a cruise. Passengers were stranded at sea off the California coast for several days after a fire broke out and completely shut down power on the vessel. Vacationers were left without air conditioning, working plumbing, hot water, cooked meals. The vessel left Long Beach, California on Sunday, and tugboats pulled it back to San Diego 3 days later. About 200 Canadians were among the 4,500 people on board.
Pilots of a Qantas 747 bound for Buenos Aires from Sydney, Australia were forced to turn back earlier today after an electrical fault in a cockpit instrument. Qantas has grounded its 6 Airbus A380s as it investigates the partial disintegration of a Rolls-Royce engine and is relying on its 26 Boeing 747s for its busiest long-haul routes. It's the second safety incident for the airline since one of its Airbus A380 Super Jumbos made an emergency landing due to engine failure. Well, that's the last thing you want to hear. Now they're having trouble with the backup plane.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's all going to be well.
I hope so. Jackie Jeffrey, you're having a very busy morning up in Global One.
It has been quite a busy morning. Right now, we're just taking a look at 50th Street. Now, the reason I'm in this area, we're just south of the Anthony Henday. Now, we did show you earlier that there was a single vehicle rollover in this area. So, and I believe I've just spotted it again. The vehicle is on its side, and well, now it's no longer on its side. That's the good news. We do have a tow truck on scene here to try to clear this problem area up, but it is still affecting westbound traffic. Also a collision on 97th Street southbound just at 130th Avenue. Stay to the left in order to avoid that problem area. Good news for travelers who normally travel on 76th Avenue at 96th Street. That earlier collision has now been cleared away, and we do have just a really busy area right now is just around those downtown bridges. The James McDonald, low level and high level, all very busy at this moment. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
All right, thank you, Jackie. And of course, Mike, the weather has a lot to do, you would imagine, with why we've been so busy this morning. It was pretty slippery on the drive-in this morning.
It really was slick, and that's without precipitation falling. That, of course, was some precipitation last night, and then things froze up overnight. But today will be another story. In fact, we have located some precipitation on the map, on the radar map, most of it off to the west of the city and south, but certainly you could see the odd flurry in the city this morning. 1 degree is our current temperature. The sky is fairly cloudy. If we do see any flurries, they'll probably be done by about the noon hour. 3 degrees there, 4 degrees as you drive home this afternoon under a mix of sun and cloud. Wind starting off westerly, shifting from the northwest this afternoon. This will probably be the last day of above average conditions you will see in a while. I'll prove that to you as we throw up the 4-day forecast here. Tomorrow, 7 degrees. We expect that snow to start sometime this evening overnight, kicking in, hanging around until tomorrow morning. And then we get into that reverse temperature trend, starting off at -8 Wednesday morning, 40% chance of light snow that day, and -10, -12 on Thursday. At this point, if there's going to be a snow day of the next few, not to the extent where you're staying home from school or anything, but accumulative. You're going to see some snow on the ground as of Thursday, -12 and -12 again on Friday. So the winter conditions are certainly on the way once we get today out of the way. But what about the rest of the province? I will have that forecast coming for you in just a few minutes. And also coming up after the break, it's over to National Bank Financial for the latest numbers from the stock market. Stay with us. Business News next.
Tonight on ET Canada.
I had an amazing time. It was weird and bizarre and lovely.
The best access to the biggest movie. It's ET Canada's Harry Potter Week.
Entertainment Tonight Canada. Tonight at 7 on Global.
Shop at Safeway during the Crack the Vault promotion, and your game ticket could win you $100,000. Get a bonus ticket when you buy any 3 of this week's participating products, including Safeway soft drinks or Royale bath tissue. Shop and play at Safeway.
Born in Germany, bred on the Autobahn. From a car that's won 39 awards in 20 European countries. And now the AJAC Award for Best New Family Car in Canada. Introducing the award-winning 2011 Regal. It's why Motor Trend says Buick is back.
What are you eating?
Multigrain Cheerios.
So, trying to watch your weight?
No, why?
Nothing, it's just the box. It says it's low in fat.
Do I look like I need to watch my weight?
No, it just says it has 120 calories per serving.
Yeah, but there are other reasons why I like it.
I know, it's the box. Just says it's made with 5 whole grains.
What else does the box say?
Box says, shut up, Steve.
Multigrain Cheerios. 5 whole grains never felt so good. Dryly naturally flavored banana nut Cheerios with the great taste of real banana.
What's that, Gizmo?
Hey, Bill. This is the Mastercraft Maximum Digital Impact Wrench. It's got push-button adjustable torque, auto stop, so the winter tires go on exactly right.
You better let me eyeball that.
You can eyeball the torque of a lug nut.
It's a gift. That thing's good.
Be ready for winter driving with the Mastercraft Maximum Digital Impact Wrench.
Thanks, Bill.
Canadian Tire.
For face and neck, I've made my decision. From the #1 anti-wrinkle brand worldwide, L'Oreal's Revitalift Face and Neck. This new formula with Pro-Retinol A and Elastin Complex firms the look of skin. L'Oreal's new Revitalift Face and Neck.
You just shot my only lead.
.14 now, and let's take a look at a few of the new items you can check out on DVD. Out now, Michael Cera of Juno fame. Well, he is not known for playing tough guys.
Anything but. But in his latest film, he's forced to take on villains with superpowers. Raphael Seth has more in this edition of Video View.
If we're gonna date, you may have to defeat my 7 evil exes. You have 7 evil ex-boyfriends? 7 evil exes, yes.
That sets the plot for the comic book comedy Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Michael Cera is a rock band slacker with a crush on Mary Elizabeth Winstead, but she comes with baggage, namely a band of super-powered exes who control her love life. This genre-busting film is like a kung fu rock band romance inside a video game and comes with tons of bonus features. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is rated PG-13.
This is it, I swear. It's going to be a good DVD package for this movie.
And here it is, the DVD release of Grown Ups. This summer comedy features Adam Sandler and several of his fellow Saturday Night Live alums as childhood friends reunited for a funeral. When they all end up spending a weekend together at a lake house, they discover that growing up doesn't mean growing old. Grown Ups is rated PG-13.
Oh, Mona, please don't call him over.
Hey, Henry, you look thirsty.
Selena Gomez finds out what little sisters are for in Ramona and Beezus. Gomez is a high schooler fed up with the antics of her mischievous sibling, but when the chips are down, the two of them learn to rely on each other. The disc includes an interview with author Beverly Cleary. Ramona and Beezus is rated G.
Who are you?
With apologies to Abbott and Costello, who is right? Doctor Who in the Blu-ray release of the complete 5th series. This reboot of the British sci-fi staple features Matt Smith as the 11th incarnation of the time-traveling Doctor. He and his assistant venture through time and space, often with the fate of the world in their hands.
8:16, and there's Angus Watts standing by with our look at the markets. How are we shaping up for this Monday morning, Angus?
You know, I think the best way to describe this morning is mixed right now. Toronto's down 29 points, but in New York it's up 18 points. But the NASDAQ is down 2 points right now, so it kind of mixed a little off a little bit, but the Dow's up a little bit. Let's see what's happening. Right now, the Canadian dollar's up about 1/3 of a cent, so the Canadian dollar is trading 99.14. The Canadian dollar has been trading a little bit higher earlier this morning. We've got gold up 90 cents to $1,366.40. We've got the price of oil up a dime to $85.44, and the price of natural gas down 7 cents for the January contracts. Natural gas is trading $3.91. Some of the major stories we're following this morning: BHP. They're the company that made the takeover offer from Australia for Potash Corporation of Saskatchewan, almost $39 billion. And they say, hey, listen, we're moving on now at this point in time. We've abandoned the bid. They're going to do a share buyback for about $4.2 billion. Some of the things they say, they're still very much committed to Canada. They did talk about spending $370 million of infrastructure, adding 200 jobs, but they said, you know what, it just appears it wasn't going to work. And it was going to have a major, how can I put it, question mark on some of the royalties for the province of Saskatchewan, and that seemed to be what really got the concern of the province of Saskatchewan, is that it's a huge part of the revenue for the province of Saskatchewan, and they wouldn't want to see it jeopardized. And Ireland, Germany, and Brussels, they're looking to say to the Irish banks and central banks and governments, say, hey, you know what, we got some problems here. Let's deal with them now versus dealing with them in the somewhere down the line, and see if we can get that dealt with. So the markets are on hold is probably a better way to describe the market this morning.
On hold or mixed?
Either way.
Either way, okay. All right. Thank you,
All right.
Angus.
We'll see you in half an hour.
See you later on. What about the traffic? It's nothing on hold in traffic, right? It's everybody going straight forward, even if they shouldn't.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. Actually, Shay, we've got we have some problems out on the Sherwood Park Freeway. As you're trying to exit onto the Argyle exit, it's a bit of a problem. They've got it closed right now, so that's really caused some big delays. So everyone decides, okay, we'll go up to 71st Street, take a left there. Problem is that you don't have an advanced arrow, so you have to wait for all of the opposing traffic. As a result, we have a big lineup here. So move all the way up to 75th Street. They do have an advanced light there, I believe. We have a collision Jasper Avenue, 84th Street. There's also still the problem, Highway 37, 50th Street with that collision. And then finally, we do have 97th Street southbound, 130th Avenue. Stay to the left to get around this one. That is your Cal Tire traffic report. Now let's move on over to SkyTracker weather. Get the latest from Mike Sobel.
Thank you, Daytree. Your weather forecast is going to be an interesting one as we move through the next couple of days. No doubt about that. I just want to thank Angus, who was one of the many who showed up at the Shaw Conference Center on Saturday night. It was the Juvenile Diabetes Foundation's Denim and Diamonds fundraiser. Thousands of dollars was raised, and we actually got a performance by the Blues Brothers. The Blues Brothers came back to life. Can you imagine? Actually, it's Jake and Elwood Blues Reviews from Vancouver. These guys were incredible. Very, very funny. 1 degree is the current temperature now. We do have a couple of areas of low pressure we're watching today. There's the low that's across the north. That's bringing a cold front through the top of the province, hence the snow that is falling there now. Another low pressure area has the stationary front that's coming through later on, moving down towards the southeast. And at the very same time, you have got an area of low pressure well off into the Gulf. It's going to slide down along that front, create what's called an Alberta clipper, and pick up a lot of snow along the way. In fact, there are snowfall warnings in effect for parts of the province, including the Nordegg area. Then once you start moving south towards Calgary and Cypress Hills, Medicine Hat, that whole area, getting some snow as well later. Could see anywhere from 10 to 15 centimeters and some very strong winds with that too. That's why it's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on all day long. Radar does indicate there is moisture in the area. Some of that may be hitting the city fairly quickly, if not here already. You may see the odd flurry in the region for this morning. And then as that disturbance comes through, we get set for the bigger one. We'll see some precipitation later on this evening from that one. High level -7 with some light snow through there. Same for Peace River, Grand Prairie at -5. For the Jasper area, you're looking at 3 degrees, light snow. Kind of a rain-snow mix through Red Deer this morning at 5. For Calgary, periods of rain turning to snow overnight. We've got 8 for the Lethbridge area with some precipitation, some light rain. 7 for Medicine Hat at Lloydminster 2, and -4 with light snow. That is for the Fort McMurray area. So for today, we are looking at 4 degrees with a chance of that flurry activity in the morning. Overnight will be somewhere around -6, and then with the snow developing into tomorrow, same scenario, -7 degrees with a northeast wind at 25. And there's about a 40% chance of flurry activity in the morning. That's your forecast as it stands for now. If you're thinking of heading somewhere else, like Toronto, Ottawa, down to San Francisco, your traveler's forecast comes up in just a few minutes. Here's a quick look at a few temps from around the city. Stand by.
The romance. I need a plan.
Love to keep me warm.
That cloud, it kind of looks like a plane.
No, it's more like a private jet.
Oh, just imagine. If we had one of those, we could travel the world.
Introducing Dreamaway Lottery and its amazing early bird prize. Escape to wherever your heart desires with 50 hours on a private jet, 6 friends, and 15 grand. Renowned landmarks, exotic islands, and vibrant cities await when you escape with Dreamaway Lottery. Hurry, tickets are selling fast.
People used to worry. If I talk too long, it'll cost me extra. Then they discovered that they could talk for as long as they wanted for one low price. They called this Chatter. Now, everyone can talk happy and have no worries about dropped calls. Things seem somehow brighter and happier alive with Chatter. So for worry-free unlimited talk and text, give Chatter Wireless this Christmas with the new affordable Nokia C3 with Bluetooth headset included. No worries, gift happy.
Check out our new Chevrolet Equinox. Just got it. It's really fuel efficient, which is good because we're always on the road. just 6.1 liters per 100 highway kilometers. So Equinox gets better highway fuel efficiency than CR-V, RAV4, or Ford Escape Hybrid. And it's a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. Best of all, my Equinox is backed by the best coverage in Canada. Impressive, right? And so is the deal I got. And that's my Chevrolet Equinox.
Hon, is it okay if I give you your gift early?
Sure.
Xbox 360 with Kinect. Yeah!
This week, get a Sony 40-inch 1080p TV and Blu-ray player for only $799.99, and this dual-core laptop just $399.99. Best Buy.
Closed captioning of this program is brought to you in part by Leon's famous Ho Ho Hold the Payments event. This year, give a gift the whole family will enjoy for years to come.
.24 now, and being abused or stalked, it's nothing short of terrifying.
One Alberta woman and her daughter have paid a terrible price because of a government mix-up. Now, they had found the courage to get away from the man who tormented them. But as Jill Croteau reports, the provincial mistake let him find them again.
It's not the way anybody wants to live. Scared, paranoid, always on the run. But that constant fear is normal for a mother and daughter we'll call Jane and Janet Doe. The two stop at nothing to elude their violent abuser, a man Jane regrets ever falling in love with.
You do anything as a mother, but you feel helpless. The only choice I had was to start my life over.
To keep safe from the man manipulating them, Jane and her little girl Janet don't stay in one place too long, never wanting to leave any traces behind. They spend a lifetime living in women's shelters and apartments all over the prairies. But Jane comes to realize the only way to survive is to abandon the lives they know, erase their identities by changing their names.
When you go through this process, you must leave everyone that you've ever been friends with behind. Everything. You leave with the clothes on your back, and that's it. And your journey begins. There's no looking back.
Wiping out the entire history of your life is a last resort, a choice reserved for only the most extraordinary circumstances.
For any woman who needs to change her name, she is in a situation where the justice system and policing system cannot keep her safe.
After years of convincing the court and almost 2 exhausting decades in hiding, the two are given a rare opportunity, a secure name change. It means their new identities are protected.
The horrible chapter in our life is closed, and we finally have our freedom.
They start over, building careers, a whole new life. But what they don't expect is their secret ends up being revealed by the very authority they rely on to protect them. By accident, the provincial government department assigned to the file mistakenly goes public with the name change, unintentionally exposing it to the person they're hiding from.
My God, I went through feelings of anger, frustration. I was crying like our whole lives we have built and what we've gone through, it's now out there.
And now they're forced back underground.
This situation, I hate it. It's been hard being away from my friends and family that I've adopted along the way. It's not fair.
By obligation, the province must publish any name changes in a government newspaper. The publication is available by hard copy and online. But Jane and Janet's name change is supposed to be confidential.
I have to pass on my apologies and learn, we can learn from these mistakes because, of course, no one's perfect in this world.
The government admits it should have never happened.
With electronic records, human error happens. So what I've instituted now within Service Alberta is that when it's an electronic record change, there's a second person that must authorize that to make sure if that person's name is not to appear, it does not appear.
The province is offering to help the mother and daughter change their names again, but faith and trust is broken.
I don't want another woman or child to go through what we've had to go through, because I tell you, many people wouldn't survive. This is why women go back.
Jill Croteau, Global News.
Jane Doe wants financial compensation from the province, but that will be battled out by lawyers. The government says it handles at least one secure name change a month.
I would hope they...
Oh, incredible. incredibly frustrating and frightening for that
mistakes happen.
for that family.
I can't. That's intolerable.
No.
Boy, that's just awful.
Hard enough, you know,
No
to be in that
kidding.
situation.
Yikes.
So we are turning the corner into weather.
Absolutely, and turning the corner as far as the seasons are concerned.
Season-wise.
It's really going to feel like winter once we get today out of the way, unfortunately. So
Really?
yeah.
Ah, dear.
But we've had a good run of it in November. You've got to
you
admit.
know what, we really have. I mean,
It's been phenomenal.
we
It has
will
been
complain,
good.
but we shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, you can, and I'm expecting you to complain, Jen. I'd be
Just a bit.
disappointed if
Just
you
a
didn't. The current temperature now is at 1 degree. We do have cloud and a little bit of sun in the area now, and some flurry activity in the region too. There is a disturbance off to the west and southwest that is moving through, and as a result of that, it is rather unsettled. Your national forecast goes something like this. If you are planning to fly out to Vancouver, Victoria today, expect the temperatures to be around 11 degrees with some shower activity there. We've got some snow in the north central part of Saskatchewan today at Saskatoon at -2, into Winnipeg at 1, Toronto double digits, and then that's it for double digits for the rest of the country. We've got anywhere from 6 to 9 for Ottawa, Montreal, Fredericton, Charlottetown, and Halifax. St. John's today, bright and sunny, and 8. For the Iqaluit area, -6. There is snow in the forecast and brutally cold up here at Cambridge Bay at -14, and Yellowknife snow as well at -8 degrees. Stateside we go at Las Vegas, forecast high there of 22, bright and sunny and 24 for Phoenix. At Seattle today, some shower activity at 12. Minneapolis, cloud and 3, and 12 degrees for Chicago under a mix of sun and cloud. That would be it for the weather now. I'll be back with your 4-day numbers and some other interesting tidbits coming up in just a few minutes. In the meantime, let's go over to Jackie Jeffrey, who is way above us in the Global One chopper, and a look at this morning's drive to work or school. JJ, that is some kind of lineup.
It sure is. This is the Sherwood Park Freeway heading westbound. Now, Daintree had mentioned that the Argyle exit has been closed because of construction, and now we're dealing with lots and lots of volume, so that's what you're seeing right here. We do have a collision that is on 97th Street, 130th Avenue. Stay to the left as you're traveling southbound, and you may still find some delays as well on Ellerslie Road between 34th Street and 50th Street. That is affecting westbound traffic. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
This is your life's test right here, right now.
Creating a new life, a most wondrous experience. Why risk it with drugs or alcohol? Through our First Steps program, Catholic Social Services helps women with serious addictions. We're here to help moms stay clean and babies healthy. Fetal alcohol spectrum disorder is a life sentence. Help prevent it by supporting the Sign of Hope campaign.
Your winning moment awaits at Kia Winterfest, where we're driving change and making everyone a winner. Win $500 to $10,000, plus get 0% financing for up to 84 months, and don't pay till spring.
Come fly with me.
Now here's a man who knows travel. Blackouts? Never heard of them. Is he a pilot? An international jet setter? No. He's an Avianer. That's the can-do demeanor of no-seat restrictions. The confident swagger of more valuable points. That's the glory of getting seats for the whole family on March break.
Pack up, let's fly away.
Any airline, any flight, anytime. Avianers can do that.
McDouble? What's the occasion?
Every day special with you, baby.
Oh.
2 100% pure Canadian beef patties. Only $1.
You know, we don't talk enough.
The delicious McDouble, part of our Value Picks menu, only $1.39 every day.
How many times has this happened to you? Well, never again with the Benchmark AccuraTape, only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. The rugged 25-foot Benchmark AccuraTape features a pencil holder and a pinpoint marker for ease and precision. There's a magnifier for easier reading and an LED light for accurate measurement. The Benchmark AccuraTape. For good measure, it's just $17.97.
Homeowners helping
Home Hardware and Building Center locations.
Live from Global Edmonton, the morning news continues. Here are Shay Ganem and Jennifer Crosby.
8:33 now in the news this morning. 5 Canadians are among 7 people killed in an explosion at a Mexican resort this weekend, including an Edmonton area grandmother.
52-year-old Darlene Ferguson was in Playa del Carmen for her son's wedding when the blast occurred. Also killed were 33-year-old Malcolm Johnson from Nanaimo, BC, who had just been married days earlier. 42-year-old Christopher Charmont from Drumheller and his 9-year-old son John are also among the dead. Well, Charmont's wife and daughter survived the blast. The explosion happened at the Grand Riviera Princess Hotel, about 70 kilometers south of Cancun. 6 Canadians were injured in the blast. 2 remain in critical condition. Here in Alberta, the community of Drumheller is in mourning over the deaths of Charmont and his young son.
We're absolutely devastated, all of us. It's just... it's hard to even fathom that, bad things happen to good people. It's unbearable.
Friends and relatives looking for information on Canadian citizens believed to be at the resort can contact Foreign Affairs by calling 1-800-387-3124.
3 people are dead and another is injured after a terrible crash east of Calgary. It happened around 7 Sunday morning at the intersection of Highway 22X and Highway 791. RCMP are still trying to figure out what happened. The driver of the semi was thrown from the vehicle and pinned under the weight of the cab. That driver was found dead on scene, as were 2 occupants of a pickup. Another passenger in the pickup was airlifted to hospital in serious condition.
A 27-year-old man remains in critical condition this morning after a violent beating at a home in Mill Woods early Sunday morning. Homicide investigators are assisting in the investigation. Yesterday, they were interviewing witnesses at the home and canvassing the neighborhood. Police first learned of the attack after the man was dropped off at the Grey Nuns Hospital with serious head injuries. He was later transferred to the University of Alberta Hospital, where he remains this morning.
The victim may have known his attackers, so the attack isn't random. There are some persons of interest in this case, but there haven't been any arrests so far.
Anyone with information is asked to call police or Crime Stoppers.
Results of a citywide homeless count are expected to be released today. 250 volunteers hit city streets last month to count how many people have no place to stay. The biannual count was conducted by Homeward Trust, a not-for-profit organization. The last count in October of 2008 showed there were approximately 3,000 homeless people on the streets of Edmonton.
The strain on the healthcare system has been prominent in the news of late, and starting tonight, Global Edmonton takes a look at how bad the situation has become. Patients are faced with doctor shortages, lack of beds, long wait times. Is our healthcare system in crisis? Our special series begins tonight on the News Hour, as well as tomorrow on the Morning News.
8:36 now. Let's check in with Daintree on what has been a busy morning in traffic.
Yes, it certainly has, Jennifer. We have seen quite a bit of collisions this morning, and it might have to do with a bit of that frost that was collecting on the overnight. We have a couple things, though, that I wanted to mention before we end off. I'm going to leave the remaining collisions to Jackie Jeffrey, but we do have some major lineups. As you saw from Global One, it was very bad along the Sherwood Park Freeway, so I'll show you that in just a second. But great news for anyone that lives in the area near Mill Woods and travels through this area. 34th Street from 23rd Avenue to the Anthony Henday is now reopened. It is fantastic. I drove by there on Friday, and then I got an email from Eli saying, hey, it's open Sunday night. So great. We do have, as well, as I mentioned, and Jackie showed us up in Global One, Argyle. It is closed right now. So Sherwood Park Freeway is a lineup. It's a parking lot right now. Use 75th Street as your alternate route, or exit south on 50th Street. Make your way along the White Mud to get where you're going. That is your Cal Tire Traffic Central Report. Now let's move on over to Sky Tracker weather. Get the latest from Mike Sobel.
What are you so bubbly about?
I'm just so excited about the new set.
I am
I'm
too.
aflutter.
I just can't get too bubbly when I think of the weather forecast. It kind of brings me down, but it's the middle of November, and you have to expect it. We've been very, very spoiled. It's 2 degrees now, winds west at 11. There are some flurries in the region. Didn't pop any up here because there's none happening outside our door here, but there certainly are in the area. Noon, 3 degrees, driving home somewhere around that 4-degree mark. So the temperature's not budging much at all today. Major disturbances off to the northwest, and that is actually set up for some severe weather, especially to the south of us. There are snowfall warnings in effect for places like the Nordegg area, and then you get to winter storm warnings in effect for later on tonight and tomorrow for places like Medicine Hat and the Cypress Hills area. But here's where we're at for now. These are actual live real temperatures. -4 degrees at high level where there is some light snow going through there. Also some snow in the Peace Country where it's -1. It's about 1 or so on the good side of 0 for Grand Prairie and Edson. For Chippewa at -6, a little bit warmer for McMurray. Warmer still by a degree or 2 for places like Cold Lake and Lloydminster. Moving over to Jasper, temperature there now sits at that 2-degree mark. We've got 1 at Red Deer, a pair of 3s for Lethbridge and Calgary. And over here at Medicine Hat, 2 degrees under some cloud covers. So for the next 4 days, we expect that snow to start later on today, continue into tomorrow morning with a high of only -7. Then the temps will stay negative double-digit territory. -10, 40% chance of some light snow on Wednesday. A better chance on Thursday. Didn't even put a percentage in there. -12, and -12 is your high on Friday under a mix of sun and clouds. So that's the way things look for now. I'll show you that the snow is falling on the radar map, and that comes up in just a few minutes.
All right, time to head over to National Bank Financial.
Angus Watt is standing by with our final market update of the morning. Hi, Angus.
Hi, Jennifer and Shay. Well, you know, the markets are moving slightly higher right now, so we've gone from mixed to slightly more positive. Toronto's up 22 points, the Dow Jones up 39 points, and the Nasdaq's up 2 points. So a nice start to this week. We've got the Canadian dollar up by just over 1/3 of a cent, so the Canadian dollar is trading around 99.25. We've got gold up now $5.50 to $1,371 and change. We've got the price of oil up 42 cents a barrel at $85.77. Natural gas a little bit weaker today for the January contract, down 6 cents, currently trading $3.97. Now the Australian firm BHP says, hey, listen, you know, we're finished now with the takeover, the hostile takeover, worth almost $40 billion of Potash Corporation of Saskatchewan. We're still committed to Canada, but we're going to buy back some of our own shares and put in over $4 billion to buy back some of their own shares. As well, in the United States, U.S. retail sales. Now, the U.S. retail sales were up 1.2%. The street was looking, analysts were looking for an increase of 0.7%. That's the 4th month in a row the U.S. retail sales have been strong, and that's the best they've been since March of 2010. So good news south of the border, and Caterpillar's making a takeover offer, a friendly deal of a Wyoming company. I'm not sure how to pronounce this right, but Bucyrus, B-U-C-Y-R-U-S.
B-U-C-Y-R-U-S?
Yeah.
I would probably like
Bucyrus,
I would probably think,
yeah.
or Bucyrus.
Bucyrus.
Yeah, one of those two.
International. Anyways, forget the name, but they're paying $8 billion for it. So that's the largest takeover Caterpillar's made. But it just shows you that how some of these big corporations have a lot of cash. They're out there using the cash, and they're using that to get big. In a time that we're in this recovery period of time, the big get bigger. That's an old wise tale.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
Something to think about.
Thank you for just spelling that for us this morning. Will we see you at noon?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Actually, no, the mayor's speaking today.
Oh, well, there you go then.
You're getting us the mayor instead? That's awesome.
With the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce.
Oh.
Off to your little functions, Goose. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kevin will be here, though.
All right.
Yeah.
Man.
I know Kevin will be there.
I look much taller than you in this shot. Check this out.
Well, I'm just a beaten man at this point in the show. That's all I could sit up. All right, coming up, new research shows that holiday shoppers are ready to spend more this year than they did last.
We'll have that right after the break. Stay with us.
Overcrowding, long wait times, ballooning healthcare costs. Where did it all go wrong? We go back to the beginning and put Alberta's healthcare system under the microscope. It's Condition Critical, coming up tonight at 6, only on the NewsHour.
Uh-oh. Windex Multi-Surface lets you keep up with messes right when they happen. So you can put that Windex shine on just about anything. Get Windex Multi-Surface and keep up. SC Johnson, a family company.
The future of
toilet bowl cleaning has never been brighter. It's new and improved Scrubbing Bubbles Toilet Cleaning Gel. It prevents buildup of limescale and hot water deposits that cause toilet rings. The freshest way to keep a toilet clean.
SC Johnson, a family company.
At CIBC, our employees work every day to help our clients achieve what matters most to them. And for over 140 years, we have been there for Canadians, helping them buy their first homes, helping them grow their businesses, and providing them with retirement advice. Because what matters to our clients matters to all of us at CIBC.
Well, we like it when our mommy bakes with us because it gives us memories. Doesn't it, Andrew? Memories like licking bowls or breaking eggs or taking out on oatmeal muffins. Yes, because Mommy says that when we get old, that's all we'll have is our memories. And muffins.
Okay, son, time to drop some knowledge. You got your dual LEDs, 2 colors, 1 strand. Booyah.
You got your True Glow LEDs for that old school look.
And you got your custom color LEDs.
8 colors at your beck and call.
Carl, it's not a competition with your brother.
He's even got solar lights.
Get a wide selection of energy-efficient NOMA lights from Canadian Tire and make your home holiday ready.
Closed captioning of this global program is brought to you in part by Bubbles, your worry-free winter car wash. Early bird hand wash from $13.95. Bubbles, simply the best.
This global program is brought to you in part by the City of Fort Saskatchewan. Life is good here.
All right, winding down the morning with one last throw over to Jackie Jeffrey. Jackie, what's happening here?
Well, right now we're having a look at collision just being cleared away. This is 97th Street. As you're traveling southbound, you want to stay to the left in order to avoid this area, but hopefully this problem area should be cleared away very, very soon. Still slow on the Sherwood Park Freeway heading westbound now as you approach Argyle. That on-ramp is actually closed due to construction, so you'll have to take 82nd Avenue instead and then head on to 75th Street. Maybe avoid the area, use Baseline Road or White Mud Drive. And also getting reports of a collision on Belgravia Road and Fox Drive, so you may find some delays in that area too. This report for your Prairie Toyota dealer, offering all 14 major brands of winter tires, and our expert technicians know which ones are best suited for your Toyota from only $87 plus tax and installation. From Global One, I'm Jackie Jeffrey.
8:45 every Monday, electronic gadget guru Steve Macris joins us with the latest trends in technology. Welcome to our new set.
Hey, Mike.
Blending in nicely with the bright red.
But we still have some real stuff behind us.
That is,
I noticed.
Everything's
on this
real.
side.
Everything's real everywhere.
I don't know about the other side.
Yes, it is. Anyway, let's talk about today's great gadget giveaway.
Totally. Okay, today's prize for the rest of this week is going to be the Sony picture frame. It's shown here. It's a 7-inch picture frame. It's called the Sony S frame. I have it set now to show 3 pictures at a time, and it alternates them. I'm not too sure whether we can see this or not, if we can do a close-up.
There it is.
There we are. There we go.
You can tilt it a little forward so there's no glare on it.
You can set it with a.
There you go.
You can set it with a date. You can set it with a time. You can have the pictures change up to every 3 seconds or every 24 hours. So you can have a new picture every day and just set it and forget it.
Excellent.
How's
Okay.
that? That's a $100 value, and there'll be 5 of these being given away this week.
All right, we'll talk about how you can win those in just a moment. In the meantime, we're going to talk about a new Windows 7 telephone.
Well, I'm pretty excited about this because this is the 2nd generation of the Windows mobile phone. It's called Windows Phone 7. Let's get a close-up of this if we can. What's special about this phone, and is very different from any other cell phone, is that it has tiles. This is where all your stuff is. The only other place you can go is the next screen over where all your other applications are. So you only have 2 places to go to find your stuff. So you can move these tiles over to what you want to have, which is your pictures, your emails. You can go to the marketplace. If we can get a close-up at the top here, on the top right-hand corner, you can see the pictures that are changing dynamically in this little tile here. These are all your social contacts from Facebook and from Twitter. And so it's pretty amazing that you can accommodate this in a very simplistic way. Here's some other tricks that, this by the way is the Optimus Quantum from Bell. What's special about this phone is that it has a pull-out keyboard. So now you can use it horizontally as a keyboard or the touch screen. And the touch screen, I have to say, is pretty phenomenal. It's as good, if not better, than the iPhone 7. This is the another phone 7 available from Bell. It's the what is it called? It's the Optimus 7. What's cool about this is that when you go online and you do the pinching, it does what only one other phone does, which is the phone 7, the iPhone 7 from Apple.
iPhone 4.
iPhone 4, pardon me, I'm confusing my numbers over here. Thank you, thanks, Mike. You can pinch and move at the same time, which is something other screens do not do. If I turn the phone off, and this is a unique feature for these phone 7s, is if you want to take a picture really fast, you don't have to turn the phone on. You press the button once, and what it does, it goes right into the camera, so you can take pictures of whoever you want really fast without having to wait for the camera, for the cell phone to fire up. It's amazing technology, and it's very simple.
Who are they really targeting with this phone?
Well, you know, choice is good today because people want to live their lives, technologically speaking, in different ways. And what is great about this phone, it's good for people who want to have a simple phone that's also sophisticated in the background. Anybody who's a Windows user, anybody who has an Xbox, will really like this phone. Anybody who uses Office applications, it comes with the entire mobile Office suite, so you don't have to download to pay as you do with other cell phones. All the emails that you have, you get them whenever you want. They're POP3, the HTML emails. Anything any other phone does. I call this phone 7 the IKEA of cell phones because it's as if you have things in front of you that you can reach and then things a little further over, and that's it.
As long as you don't have to put it together yourself like you do with IKEA.
You don't have to assemble it. It's pre-assembled.
Thanks, Steve. If you'd like some more information on the latest developments in the technology field, you can check out Steve's blog by heading to steveboy.wordpress.com, and of course you can catch Steve's column in the Edmonton Journal. All right, it's time to kick off Global's Great Gadget Giveaway this week. Here's how you play. You watch every Monday to see what gadget Steve features. Then you head to globaltvedmonton.com before noon. Enter through the contest link. 5 entries will be selected for that week. Then you watch every morning, including Saturday, to see if your name is shown. And if it is, you have to contact us before noon to claim your prize. All the contest details available online at globaltvedmonton.com to the Global Great Gadget Giveaway link. And if you aren't one of our daily winners, don't worry. Your entry's still eligible for our grand prize, a 60-inch sharp 3D TV and 3D Blu-ray player.
Some fantastic prizes. Thanks, you guys. Well, this might seem a little early for many of you. I can't even say it. They want me to say Christmas is just around the corner.
It's not around the corner.
It's
It's more than a month away.
Well, weeks away. Retailers are still hoping, though, that shoppers will be feeling a little cheer, spreading around a little cheer after last year's recession.
New numbers show that shoppers are ready to spend more, but as Jamie Dahl reports, the problem remains how to pay the post-Christmas bills.
50,000 bulbs light up the shopping season at Sunridge Mall. But if this didn't trigger the festive spirit, he sure did. Santa helped bring in the crowds, but retailers hope malls will be packed right up until Christmas.
I think it should pick up, and it has picked up over the time, so we are positive.
But a new survey by RBC Bank isn't so rosy. It found almost a third of Canadians plan to spend less. They'll fork over an average of $624 on gifts. That's $100 less than last year, when money was already tight. And 21% plan to rack up their credit cards to pay for it all. Some Calgarians admit they're going to scale back.
We're probably going to rein it in a little bit, for sure. Yeah, my husband works heavy equipment, so with the snow and the rain and all that, it's, you know, kind of been a little bit hard, but they're still going to get what they want.
However, most shoppers we spoke with seem to be going against RBC's projections.
I got through a tough recession and I made a little more money, so I think I'll be a little more festive this year.
We're going to spend a little bit, I think. Yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're going to spend a little bit.
Yeah, everything's settled down a bit and the economy's turning around, so a little more money in the bank, it seems, this year, so we'll share that, yeah.
Regardless of how many boxes are under the tree, many are not losing sight of the reason for the season, a time where families can come together and celebrate. Jamie Dahl, Global News.
Now, about 21% of those surveyed say they have no idea how they're going to pay for Christmas.
Wow. Let's just all dial it down a notch, folks.
You've got 2 months to prepare for it.
You know? Out of control.
And it was a big weekend here. The big light up the Christmas tree downtown.
Yes,
big
it did take
massive
place in our
tree.
city as well
Thousands of
this
people were
weekend.
there.
That's
Thousands
right.
of people.
Nicola
So it
and
was-
Linda hosted that event.
They did. Excellent. All right. Well, let's take a stroll over to the board and take a final look at your weather forecast for today. Not a bad day today, but as we move through the next couple, things will change a little bit. Will change a lot. 2 degrees now with a northwest wind at 15. We do have an area of low pressure that is off to, we lost the whole satellite map in one fell swoop. This is what happens when your fingers get fat. But basically what we're dealing with is an area of low pressure moving in from the Gulf of Alaska. And as it scoots down a front, we're starting to see the development of some precipitation already. Now, there is a snowfall warning in effect for the Nordegg area. There's a winter storm warning in effect for the southeastern part of the province as that comes through later on tonight. But even now, you are seeing some precipitation in our region. The pink is the rain-snow mix, and it's really not that far from the city off to the southwest, and the blue, of course, is the snow. 4 degrees for today. Mix of sun and cloud. There is that possibility of a brief flurry in the morning, and then as the snow comes in tonight at -6, tomorrow will be at 7. There is a 40% chance of some flurry activity for tomorrow. And then the temperatures get into that reverse temperature trend, which you don't like to see, but it's inevitable. -8 for a high on Wednesday, starting off the day, dropping to -10 with a 40% chance of light snow. And a Thursday, like the week on Friday. These pictures were sent in from the Tofield area from David, who's one of our ground force members and is a firefighter out there. So that's how dry it was out there before it started to rain on the weekend. You can see the flames and the sunset on this one. So thank you, David, for sending those shots into us. And that is your forecast as it stands for now. And the next one you see will come up a little later on over the noon hour with Nicola. When we return, we'll have a final look at today's forecast, but first take a stab at when you think these events occurred. We'll have all the answers when we return. Stay with us.
Global Edmonton and our news.
For me, it's on the go. That's the most important thing, being able to watch the news on the go.
Global News has so many options for watching the news.
Podcasts, Facebook, online.
It just shows that, Global has a much better grasp on, their demographic and how their demographic views the news.
Global Edmonton.
It's our city, our news. Global Edmonton.
McDouble? What's the occasion?
Every day's special with you, baby.
Oh.
2 100% pure Canadian beef patties. Only $1.
We don't talk enough.
The delicious McDouble, part of our Value Picks menu, only $1.39 every day.
You know her.
Oh my gosh.
We know diamonds.
Oh my god.
Together we'll make her holiday. That's why only People's is the diamond store, where you'll enjoy no interest or payments until 2012.
For me, the real joy of the holiday is finding just the right surprise for family and friends, and of course, days and days of eating.
Tell us what makes your holidays special. Enter the Family Traditions Contest to win tickets to A Christmas Carol at the Citadel.
Remember the soft, fresh taste of Wonder Bread growing up? Well, that hasn't changed, but Wonder's nutrition has. Wonder Plus, enriched white with the goodness of whole wheat and 100% whole wheat.
The News Hour with Gord Steinke and Linda Steele.
I love having Gordon and Linda in my living room.
They're a really good team. They work really well together.
Just seem to have a good chemistry together. I've been watching them for years.
They're so professional, the two of them together.
They're real people, but they're professional at the same time.
I guess it's just because I trust them. They're always there.
Global Edmonton.
It's our city, our news. Global Edmonton.
Is that you?
We couldn't get enough of that festive special. Quarter chicken, stuffing, fresh cut fries, chalet sauce. I wonder what my buddies are doing these days.
Looks like they're over there.
Hey, guys!
The festive special is back with a buy one, get one free quarter chicken dinner coupon redeemable this January.
Whoa. See you back here in January. I'll be here.
Sweet chalet, always so good for so little.
Hi, I'm Seth Policicchio, president of ATCO Electric. The Alberta Electric System Operator has determined we need a more reliable transmission system for future growth. We've been directed to find the best solution for a transmission line on the east side of the province. We've talked with more than 5,000 Albertans, and we continue to listen as we prepare our application for approval by the Alberta Utilities Commission. To learn more, please visit atcoelectric.com.
ATCO, serving Alberta communities for almost 100 years.
Dream is to make even the little moments in life possible. Dream Away Lottery, supporting the Royal Alexandra Hospital Foundation, the University Hospital Foundation, and the 1.2 million patients we care for each year.
People used to worry. If I talk too long, it'll cost me extra. Then they discovered